Hello guys, good evening, greetings from Philippines all the way to you. Good morning or good afternoon wherever you are in the world. And make a love shout out. Who's the first one there? And good evening, Sammy. How are you doing today? I'm doing great. Thank you so much for asking. I'm Robert. I really appreciate. Oh my gulay, wait. And yeah, and how are you all guys? Yeah, and as what I say there, yeah, love yourself first. Love yourself first before you are wishing to love somebody else. Ay, my gulay. My dear Sammy, what are you doing? Wait guys, if you like to come up here in the panel, I will drop there the what the call this one? The ladder. Yeah, the ladder. The magic ball. Ah, the magic ball. Wait, guys. Chat like that. And I will pin it. Pin the Sarapin. Yeah. And 143. Hello, sis. Much love for you always. Brother Rubies. Thank you so much, Brother Rubies. Thank you so much. Yeah. Ruby P to Vlog. Mega love shout out to you. Thank you so much for coming here in my live stream. I really appreciate you. Yeah, I hope you wasn't forget the thumbs up, guys. Oh my gulay. Yeah, my laptop here is loading. Yeah, is loading. I don't know, Lul Sami. Well, why Lul Robert? Yeah. 7 million in the house. Thank you so much for coming, guys. And yeah, I hope you give me a thumbs up, guys. Yeah, you know. Good evening, Sami. Team Dizia, Kuya Team. Good evening. My pleasure. How are you, Sis Sami? I'm pretty good. And how about you? Robert, hello by Team Dizia. Yeah, who's there? Knock knock. Oy, Robert Simmons is in the house. Yeah,
Hi, Sammy.
that. Hey, you. How are you?
I'm good.
That's awesome. And Robert Hello. Ay, to Robert Hello.
Hi to everybody.
Kuya Tim Diziak. Oh my God, like Kuya Tim Diziak. How are you, Kuya Tim? Yeah, how are you? Hi, Team Diziak and Robert Simmons by Ruby P2 Vlog. How are you, my dear brother Ruby P2 Vlog? How are you? And yeah, guys, if you like to promote your channel, please yeah, type 143 there in the chat, or yeah, you are free to drop your link there. And yeah, I hope you wasn't forget the like button there. Yeah, the like button.
First thing I do, Sammy.
Thank you so
That's
much,
a light.
Art. I really appreciate. And yeah, how's your channel, Robert? By the way, so far.
I just uploaded a
Ay,
video of a tree that's outside my window.
awesome.
Did a short video of it because it blooms real beautiful purple flowers.
That's awesome. I saw
It
that.
does.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, guys, please check out the channel of Ruby Pito Vlog. Yeah, I Brother Darren Dobson, make a shout out to you. Thank you so much for being my member.
Hi,
Yeah, it
Darren.
was a long, what is it? It was a long day for me today. Oy, yeah, you told me that you have an appointment. You have an appointment. Yeah, I'm good, sis Sammy Chavez. I miss video chatting with you on Facebook. Please call me sometime. Aw, brother Ruby, thank you so much. Yes, I will call you soon. Yeah, as a friend. Yeah, video call joke. Just to talk, yeah. If you need anything, brother Ruby Pito Vlog, just let me know. Yeah. Good morning from Toronto, Canada. Hello there, Toronto, Canada. Make a love shout out to all people there. I hope in the people there in Toronto, Canada is okay. Joke. How are you, Kuya Darren? Yeah, Kuya Darren. May gulay. Robert, Miguel shout out. Hi sis. Ay, sana all sis. Yeah. Damn! Mega love shout out by Darren Dobson, Robert,
Hi there.
MLSO, Ruby. Ruby rather. Ruby MLSO, mega love shout out. Yeah. Kuya Darren, how are you? Yeah, how are you this morning? Did you take your coffee or breakfast already? Yeah, hi bro Darren, Dobson by Ruby Pito Vlog. Yeah. And please type 143 there if you don't like hassle there. Yeah, type 143 if you like to drop your link. And yeah, you know. And to all people that who are yeah coming to my what do you call this one premiere last night. Thank you so much guys. I really really appreciate you guys.
Yep.
And what do you call this one to all my friend that who are still loving me for what I am. Thank you so much guys. And yeah for being there as always for me. Thank you so much guys. Yeah, and I have a part two in that guys because i I wasn't continue my story on that video guys. It because I saw the time that it's so long. And then if I continue, oh my god, like, it can be 2 hours maybe. Yeah.
Wow.
Just relaxing si salamat po. I am taking care of my new baby channel. Wow, sana all baby channel Kuya Darren Dobson. Oy, you have third channel Kuya Darren? Wow, sana all Kuya Darren Dobson. And you
Hi,
have to
Buddha.
already on there. And my RS music Kuya Darren is not growing. Yeah.
Hi, Buddha.
Buddha, hello there. Good morning to you. Yeah, mega love shout out. Sammy, great premiere you made yesterday. And hey,
Yeah,
Robert,
I
thank you
love
so
it,
much,
Sammy.
Buddha. Thank you so much. Yeah,
I'm
I'm
gonna
just
go ahead. I'm
out of
sorry.
my cell. Yes, Robert, continue.
I just wanted to let you know that I really enjoyed that, and thank you so much for letting everybody know a little more about you. It parts there brought tears to my eyes.
Thank
Um,
you.
you're such a sweet, beautiful person, Sammy. And
Thank you so much, Robert, for the compliment. Yeah, I did that for a long time. Yeah, my friend asking me to do that. Yeah, before. Yeah, it's been a long time. Yeah, it's been a long time that they are asking me to do that, but I wasn't do because I'm too shy and I'm not ready. I'm not strong enough. And yeah, the time that I'm struggling a lot about the trolls, yeah, but I can handle the trolls, guys. But the last time I can't handle it. I'm
what's like
so now, and I
it's like
proved that there's a lot of my friends here in YouTube yeah truly love me for what I am and supporting me. Thank you so much, guys, for giving me a strength like that. I really really appreciate and I love
well,
you all.
I commented on your after I watched it
Mm-hmm.
and told you that in the comment that you're stronger than you think that you are, and I can see the strength in you. And if I was there in person, I'd pin that trident pistol anchor right on your shirt because you deserve it.
Oh, thank you so much, Robert.
And
Don't
if you
let your
know,
girlfriend
if,
jealous
if
on
people
me.
if people know how what it takes to earn one of those, they would know that you earned it.
Wait, guys, I'm going to set up my live stream, guys, my live chat. So, yeah, no douchebag can come in. Yeah, yes, it takes a lot courage to speak out. And wow, yes, exactly. Exactly. Thank you. Yes, true, Robert. Yeah, thank you so much, Buddha. Yes, indeed, Buddha. It take a while. Yeah, that's why. And I need a lot of space of my phone too because my phone don't have a big memory, so I'm deleting a lot of application before I'm going to do that because I have a strong feelings and emotional that to share that. And I hope you stay tuned, guys. And I have part two in that. Yeah, I have a part two in that. Amen. Yeah, you are very strong, Sami, to speak about that you on YouTube. I need to Buddha because I would like everyone and everybody know for what I am and who I am because yeah, they wasn't stop they wasn't stop bullying me. judging me for what I am. So if they don't stop, that's up to them. It's their happiness. So that's what I say. Thank you. To all my, yeah, to all my basher, to
There
all
you
my
go. That's what
hater.
you got to be strong.
Yeah, and yeah, that's up to them. And I only say thank you because I already put them in the hands of God because I don't have a right to revenge because revenge, guys, is not my true happiness. The revenge to the person that who hurt my feelings, my revenge is not my happiness. To be honest, just yeah, it's a better I choose that I'll be in quiet and yeah, pray them to God that yeah, they can heal or they can yeah, and I hope they're happy too for what they are doing to me. And yeah, and I would like to say thank you to my anonymous friend there that who are always yeah, always in my back because I told you already, guys, that I don't have salary for 4 months, and they are sharing their blessing to me, yeah, to get what I need for my daily needs. Yeah. Thank you so much, guys. You are on what I'm saying. That is not easy to get. Yeah, indeed. Silence is my friend, so I, yeah.
What
I
he's
yeah,
com-
Sean is in the backstage.
he's
Hello, my
commenting he's commenting on the what I told you I would give you. What Tim was commenting on.
Amen Robert by Buddha. Buddha. Thank you so much, Buddha.
What's up, Sean?
This road construction. I had to find another way to get into my where I'm delivering this because of the road construction.
Oh
And
wow.
so I went back the other way a couple of miles, and this pickup truck with a trailer, a tiny one, smaller than the one to my right, lost control and fishtailed and wrecked
Oh.
Darren
right
Dobson
in
say
front of me.
shout out Sean by Darren Dobson, and Buddha say hey Sean, and
Oh.
Siak
Hello,
say hello,
Buddha. Hello, Darren.
Be safe,
and
Sean.
yeah, be safe
Oh,
to you,
I
Sean.
am. Had I not seen it as soon as it happened and took action, that's why I avoided hitting him.
Well, I mean, that's what I mean. Just not you. I know you drive good. Watch out for the other
These
ones that don't drive good.
Yeah, these guys with these construction pickup trucks and the hauling these trailers, they don't know what they're doing. They're doing is something that's totally unsafe. And I'm like, how in the heck did this guy lose control like that?
It's because they
He
don't.
had,
Go ahead.
you see that speed limit sign? It's automated. They can type in whatever speed limit right there. It's a construction sign.
Yeah.
Well, it's a tiny little trailer with two wheels on it, and he was pulling one of those behind him, moving
Mm-hmm.
it, and he lost control. And I'm like, this is crazy.
Wow. Yeah. That's the only reason I said what I said because when I drive around here, I watch everybody else on the road because. And the thing with those guys in those trucks, they just throw them in there. They say they can drive with a trailer on the back, and they've never done it before. And
Yeah, you swerve a little bit, you can lose control and fishtail, and
yeah,
you're jackknifed, or you're on your side, or flipped over.
yeah,
With a trailer on, you do not want to jerk the wheel like you do in a car.
no.
You do
Did
that,
you
you're going to wreck the
the
vehicle.
screen with Sean?
Well, you got all that weight. You got the weight behind you that's going to pull your rear end out from under you. You're going to lose traction.
Yeah, everything that you do with that steering wheel, that trailer is going to react to the same thing, and
Oh
that's
yeah.
not good.
Oh yeah.
Buddha say there, be careful about this ridiculous heartless driver, Sean.
Yeah, they're pretty bad over here, Sammy. They are. They
Well,
just don't know how to drive.
I hit somebody in one of those toy pickup trucks. They're going to die. There's just no getting away from that.
I
Mm-hmm.
had I had somebody one time, dude, Sean, that pulled in front of me with maybe I'd say 75 feet to a red light in a Mazda Miata convertible.
Oh, I'll
My
run
truck,
right over
yeah,
those.
my truck sits about 2.5, 3 feet off the ground. Yeah,
I don't know.
I would have rolled right over him.
I don't know why people would want those two-seater cars like that.
Yeah.
A Miata. I'm like, no.
Well, see, I called up to him at the next light and I rolled down my window and I said, I looked at him, I pointed to my truck and pointed to him. And I said, do you see the size difference here? And he goes, he just didn't say nothing. And then he says, I'm sorry. I said, yeah. I said, if I couldn't have stopped, dude, I said, I would have rolled right over you. I
Well,
said,
if
and,
you hit these vehicles, they come apart in pieces.
well, they explode. Yeah. They're designed to do that. But, a fight between
Oh,
a Miata and a Bronco, and the Miata is going to lose.
Sammy, can you please hit
But in a,
the good friends, please
you're on YouTube. Look up a video of a truck hitting a vehicle on the interstate.
Oh, I've
I don't care
seen it.
what it is. It's
I've
coming to
seen it.
pieces.
Remember,
A truck like that.
remember I showed you. I told you about that about a month ago. On I-66, guy pulled in front of an 18-wheeler, and it destroyed the car. It killed the person in the car.
Uh huh.
And the car was devastated. It was nothing left of it. I mean,
Wait guys, Buddha, Trending Live TV, Buddha is one of my long friend here in YouTube. Yeah, Trending Live TV. That is Trending Live TV. Thank you so much, Buddha. And I'm waiting to my nephews and niece because I'm going to give them chocolates.
ah,
Buddha, Trending Live TV, know me.
oh, I hear him now. It's early in the. Well, no, it's yeah.
Yeah, I was preparing to get into the live stream. I was waiting like everybody else, and then that happened, and I couldn't do anything with my phone.
Oh,
Siratin
oh,
na.
oh, you're in North Carolina now, right?
Oh yeah, I'm only 4 miles from my 90. The
So
90 is what we call the receiver.
you're on what interstate are you on now?
95. I call it the
Interstate
Bermuda Triangle Highway.
I-95.
Yeah,
Yeah, runs through
because
Virginia.
it normally is lightning rainstorm through here,
Well,
especially in
yeah.
North Carolina.
I mean, I-95 here, brother, is a nightmare. I avoid it by all costs. I won't even get on that interstate. It's
Well, 95 replaced U.S. Highway 1 years ago in the 50s
I would travel one before I would 95.
because U.S. Highway 1 runs all the way from northern Maine all the way down to Miami.
Yep. Yep, I've traveled it. Yeah, and it's a more scenic route too. You get to see more of the
Yeah,
countryside of Florida when you go through.
yeah, it's the Atlantic Coast Highway. Like out in California is the 101 is the Pacific Coast
Yeah.
Highway.
Well, Interstate One's one of the old ones. I mean, up this way, when you get up in my part, they call it well, right here in Woodbridge, they call it Richmond Highway. When you get farther out, they'll call it Lee Jackson Memorial Highway. Then they
Wherever
call
Lee
it
Jackson is.
Yeah, Lee Jackson. Which I see in the future that's going to end up changing too. They'll change the name of that. Is over in
Yeah,
Springfield, they ended up changing. They ended up changing the name of a high school over there. It was Stonewall Jackson.
yeah, they're doing that. That like
Yeah,
my high school, Strom Thurmond, old Senator Strom Thurmond. Yeah, he was a bigot back in the day, but he changed. Okay, you know, he changed back in the early 70s after the civil rights movement, and his ideas changed. And these so-called Christians need to realize: don't you ever forgive and forget?
yeah,
Yeah, because he was a different person after that. But they want to change the name of the high school I graduated from, Strumthorne High School. They want to change the name because of what he did back then. It's like, didn't you forget that he, you know, changed his ways, his way of thinking, and wasn't that way anymore?
yeah.
It's like
Right.
you didn't, he was forgave long ago for changing his ideals. That this is, finally he understood that this is wrong. People do change, but they forgot all about that.
Well,
The last 25 years of his career, he wasn't racist at all. He'd come down every Friday to the football game, and half the team was black, half the team was white. We had a few Mexicans, and he loved all of us.
well, I tell
He
you,
was,
in baseball, what was his name? Back in the 30s, real good baseball player, very racist. I want to say Ty Cobb.
yeah. Well, times were different back then
Yeah,
versus
yeah,
today,
yeah,
and the intellectual level wasn't as high either. Your average intellectual level.
yeah.
People
But
thought that they had freedom of choice, but they weren't.
but
They were influenced.
Tim made a good point here. Changing the name doesn't change history.
No, it
Nobody
doesn't.
has the right to change history, and he's
But
right.
that's what they want to do. They want to erase it. Although, depending on what it is, there are some areas where it's successful, where they erase certain history, or you get the
That's true.
wrong story, or not the whole story.
Yeah, you're right.
Like in World War II, and a lot of people don't know exactly what happened in the Philippines. We only know that okay, he got MacArthur had to retreat, and he said he'll return, and he comes back, and then they leave the story at that. They don't go into detail what went on there.
Yeah, after the Marines cleared everything out, yeah, he came back. A lot of Marines died there to take back the Philippines, bro.
Yeah, but they didn't talk about the tragic things that happened to the Panays
Oh
while
yeah.
the Japanese were in charge.
Oh yeah. The Japanese are horrible. They did that in every island they occupied. They were horrible. The Chinese too. Um, so yeah, I mean the Japanese just wanted control of that whole area.
Indeed, Kuya Tim Dizia.
But the only reason why the Japanese got into the war, World War II, is how they were treated after World War One by the Allies
Yeah.
and being ignored because they helped.
And
And
fuel.
Ruby.
And
they,
fuel.
The
well, that
story
was
is
basically over oil. Yes, they needed
Yeah.
oil,
prevent the repeat and the mistakes. Yes,
and
indeed, Kuya Tim Dizia.
the United States was sanctioning them. If they had not
Well,
sanctioned that, the war with Japan wouldn't have happened.
the Japanese, I mean, Admiral Yamamoto even said that. He said, we got to act now because we don't really have enough fuel to last us maybe 12 months. So we need to do what we need to do now when they don't expect us to hit them.
Uh-huh. It was all about
And the only way they could do that was to knock out the entire Pacific fleet and have control of the
yeah,
Pacific. Because
it,
nobody else was patrolling the Pacific but us.
yeah. It was colonization at a mass scale, and it needed to end.
Hmm.
Taking advantage of lesser advanced countries and raping them of their natural resources.
Of course. Of course. You're right. But that was horrible. I mean, and a lot of people, like you said, don't know the history of what the Japanese
This
did.
truck right here, that white pickup pulling that trailer, it was exactly like that. That wrecked in front of me.
Ah,
Time to get going. Hello there, welcome here. Time to get going. And please type 143 there in the chat so na my night would drop your link directly.
high time to get going.
Excuse me.
But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things that people just don't, if they don't take the time to actually research and read to know why
Yeah.
things happen.
Well, I have to admit, I probably wouldn't know much about it either. And my grandfather hadn't fought over there and helped
Well,
retake the Philippines.
don't get me wrong. I mean, my history teacher in high school was awesome. I loved him, and I learned a lot. But after I got out of school, I did a lot of my own reading and from different authors, from different aspects, from different views, to really know things that how they happen and why they happen.
Yeah, the Germans and the Japanese lost for one reason and one reason only: magical thinking. It's the same type of magical thinking that a lot of people still suffer from 2016 to 2020, and they
Sean,
still suffer it today.
Sean, I mean, Yamamoto even said it. He didn't agree with it, but I was,
He was
if
an
you
honorable
people
soldier.
don't people don't know who Yamamoto was. He was the head admiral of the Japanese Navy, and he was not all for hitting Pearl Harbor for the simple fact that he knew that America would retaliate and come back in force, and there was no way in time that he knew the Japanese Navy would just slowly get destroyed,
Uh huh.
and it did. But I think he was quoted in saying this he said, I'm afraid we've woken a sleeping giant," and
They did, but now if
and they
they were to
did.
do it today, they said,
Mommy
they said, well,
Judy.
we just kicked a fat ass that isn't going to move too much.
Hello.
Hi,
Robert,
Judy.
hello, Robert and Sean by Mommy Judy and
Hi, Judy.
Ruby say hello to Robert and Sean too also.
Yeah,
Hi, Judy.
today they would, if they did it, they would say, well, we just kicked a fat ass that ain't going to move very much.
That's
Thank
about
you so
it.
much to the
That's about it. You're right. Most definitely. Like I said, to get back to that, so when do you plan to do the second part of that, Sammy?
I don't have a plan yet.
No.
Yeah, what I think is funny is I see these people, they're wearing, they're like a couple 100 pounds overweight. They're massive, right? And they're wearing these T-shirts say with American flag on it. These colors don't run, and I'm like, your colors can't run. You try to run, you're either going to fall on your ass, or you're going to be out of breath within a few yards.
That's
uh,
horrible. Sean.
yeah. Well, I'm just being honest, but you may not hear me for a second. I got to look at my phone for a second on the GPS.
Okay, kaya.
See, you're back into the trees again.
Sis Mel, may galap shoutout Sis Mel.
Hi, Melanie.
Good evening, greetings from Philippines.
I appreciate anyone that looked at my video I just uploaded yesterday. Did you look at it, Sammy?
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, I'm gonna make probably a couple more because the tree is just starting to bloom. And I'm gonna follow it to where when it totally blooms out and it has all the flowers all over it. And in the future I have a plan to go to Fairfax County has a it's called Lake Fairfax.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a big lake, a lot of woods.
I'm doing live too. Oy, may gulay, Sis Mel. Nagalay po di ka.
But I plan to do a video of that of Lake Fairfax in the future, and possibly maybe get some video of some deer because there's some deer running around there too. I do appreciate everything that you've helped me do, Sammy. I do. You've given me the confidence to
My pleasure.
get up off my feet and start putting some content on my page. Um,
For some people, stretch pants have no other choice but to stretch. Yeah. And guys, please connect to my co-host guys, Robert and Sean. And yeah, I drop Mommy Judy link there and time to get going. Kuya Tim Rizia. Guys, please check out their channel, guys. They are so awesome person, guys. Thank you so much.
But
Asami, I'm disappointed. I missed your last live about the story. Mommy Judy, it's not live, Mommy Judy. It's a premiere, Mommy Judy. It's a long video, Mommy Judy, because and it's not done yet, Mommy Judy. That's why I have a what do you call this one, take two, oh no, part two on that, Mommy Judy. Yeah, that is a premiere that I did, Mommy Judy, and don't disappoint, Mommy Judy.
no.
Love
Thank
you.
thank you, Time to Go, for connecting to my page.
And Robert Simmons, I just connected to you as well by time to get going.
Yeah.
And I'm
Thank
doing
you.
a video celebrating my daughter's birthday. Sis Mel, happy birthday to your daughter, and I'm in your BG, Sis Mel. Yeah, Judy Fisher, mom. Hello, by Melanie. Hello, host. A shout out to all in here. Yeah, Zell Johnson, mega love shout out to you, my dear. How are you? And do you have a channel, Asis? Yeah, you have a channel on cooking video, and wow, awesome. And you are free to drop your link there. Am I right to pronounce your name, Zell? Hi, Melanie. By Mommy Judy. Judy Fisher, how are you, Mom? Hope you're doing good. By
Uh-oh.
Melanie.
We lost
What?
Sean. We lost Sean.
Maybe he hit a wrong button because he's checking his GPS, right?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he say that yeah, he's going to check his GPS. He need to do that.
Well, I can't say I haven't made that mistake because I'll hit the button next to the leave, and I accidentally kicked myself
Ah, okay.
off.
Well, your premiere is then. Yes, I saw it was um last but I doesn't matter to me. How long is it? Mommy Judy, it's all about myself. Mommy Judy, all about because you know already, Mommy Judy. Some of our friends here asking me about my life. Yeah, and then that is the time that yeah, I have a courage and strength to do that, and yeah, to share to everyone. But yeah, I cut it off. Yeah, not finished yet because the video is so long. And I know to myself, Mommy Judy, that there's no a lot of people that I'm going to watch a long video. The yeah, they like short video only. Yeah, you know, especially Filipino. We
I
are
don't
not
know.
interested to have to watch a long video, especially like that.
I don't know, Sammy. I think, yeah, it probably is best for you that you would break it up like that. But I think if you would have done it all at once, that people would have stayed there and watched it, because there's a lot of people out on your stream that want to know your story.
Mm-hmm.
And
Sis Melanie, nandun lang ako. Nara ko dito sis Gabidji lang ko. Kuya Sean is here in the backstage. Maybe he's still using his phone to the GPS. Yeah. I
I'll be
have
right back.
taken myself out of my own live stream, Lul. What, Kuya? What, Kuya Team this What are you
He's changed it.
saying?
He's at the leave button by mistake too.
Me too. Last time. Me too. Like this
I
time.
think I think one of your streams when I was walking to the store, I must have kicked myself off 3 or 4 times because I was trying to walk and show you guys everything and everything else, and I hit the wrong button. I'll be right back, Sammy. I'm going to get another cup of coffee.
Sure. Kuya Sean, did you take your coffee already? And Mommy Judy, yeah, as what I say, Mommy Judy, please don't get disappointed that you wasn't come here, you wasn't come to my premiere yesterday. It's all okay, Mommy Judy, and yeah, I love you. You know that. Struggling with my allergies about oh my god, Mommy Judy, your allergy come back, Mommy Judy. Sorry for that, Mommy Judy. Buddha, thank you so much for dropping my link there, Buddha. I really appreciate Buddha. And then I'm laughing here because you drop here in my live stream. You drop it mistake. Sami, if the topic is interesting, it doesn't matter how long is it. Mommy Judy, thank you so much, Mommy Judy. And it's all about myself, Mommy Judy. Yeah. so everyone can know yeah, all of me. Yeah, and because they are wondering why I don't have boyfriend, a Filipino boyfriend since birth, and only have yeah, I only have a foreigner boyfriend, and that's it. I don't have any experience about yeah, you know guys, Filipino boy to in a relationship. I don't have, but I have a lot of friends here. They are man, yeah. Like Carlo. Carlo is one of my best friend here. He is yeah, you know. Hello there, Ruby. Yeah. Kuya Sean, are you okay there, Kuya Sean?
Yeah,
Okay. Are you driving or you are you are in parking lot? What was it?
I'm just stopped in the middle here in the chicken lane. We call it the chicken lane
Mm. I
because I
thought
know
that
if I
you are driving.
I'm afraid to pull up too early to the guard shack because they'll just turn me away, and then I got to find a way to get freaking turned around. See, driving one of these is totally different than driving a car or a pickup truck. It's totally different.
Mhm. Sis Mel, you're welcome, Sis Mel. I'm going to reply you there.
As I tell everybody that came in when I was training, you can forget about all that shit. I can care less how
I
long
would
you've been
like
driving a
I
car.
got 5 a.m. California time. I met the great. I interview a different channel or two every week. Follow with karaoke for my friends that want to do it. Time to get going. That's awesome. That's awesome.
People that drive cars and do not drive Class A, I still say you're a crappy, unsafe driver. And now I
Kuya
know
Sean,
because I
I
used
can
to be.
hear you clearly, Kuya Sean. Maybe
Can you
your
hear me?
microphone. Yeah.
Yeah, get your headset up on there, bro. We can't hear you.
No, it's the stick, the microphone. It fell down closer to my
Um,
jawbone instead of near my mouth.
Mm-hmm.
I tell everybody when I was training people that were coming in, I'm like, I don't care how long you've been driving a car, if 30, 40 years, that doesn't mean shit when you come in here to drive one of these. It's totally different. You forget all
yeah,
about all that. That's not going to help you.
Mm-hmm.
I've driven big rigs, but I've never driven them like you. I mean, I've just kind of moved them around a lot, but different thing when you get up there doing 65, 70 miles an hour and one.
You know, when after a few weeks of driving these straight, you go back and you reflect on how you used to drive when you drove your car or pickup truck, whatever,
Yeah.
and you realize how shitty of an unsafe driver you were.
I mean, see, I noticed the difference. Like I said, you know that I had the Nova, which handled a lot different. And when I drove the Bronco, you can definitely tell the difference in the ride and the way it handles. Um, because I was used to driving the car all the time. The truck I really didn't use except for when I'm hauling something or bad weather. But
Buddha is here.
hey, Buddha.
What's up,
Yeah.
Robert? How y'all doing?
Hey, hey, hey.
You
What's
know,
up?
rub your head for good luck.
My head. I need it. Shit.
I think the saying is you got to rub Buddha's belly for good luck.
I thought it was his bald head.
No, the belly.
I ain't rubbing nobody's belly. I'll rub the bald head, but not the belly.
I don't got no bald head. I got hair.
Got
Very
hair,
long hair. Yeah.
hair,
Wow,
hair.
you
It's
have it
like
all hidden.
the higher I put it, it's like it keeps going.
Kuya
It's so
Bugs,
long.
yeah. Kuya Tim Diziak say there, if you are driving a big rig, you cannot be uh hot shot or show off. Oh my god.
Oh,
What is
Buddha,
that?
I
Mm,
told Sammy that I'm hoping that you is the start of things to come. Where'd you go?
where?
You're
Where?
the start of things to come because Sammy's the only person in the LGBTQ community that doing live streams in the Philippines, and she needs
Mm,
more people to come up on the panel that are in the community. You
Okay.
don't have to. It's like they don't have to hide anymore.
yeah, indeed.
Okay.
But it's
And
so hard, Kuya Sean, to be honest. It's so hard, especially to whom
and they need to
hiding
learn
your
to be sociable because
first
we as human beings,
for
we are
for your family.
We as human beings are sociable beings, and to not be sociable is not healthy.
Mm. Wait, guys,
Yeah.
my Oscar is barking. I'll be back.
Okay.
They need to realize that they got plenty of friends here that will, protect them and defend them or whatever. That not everybody's an asshole about it.
Right.
You send them to me. I'll take care of some of them.
But you got some people that just like make some cry. And it's like
I
ridiculous.
yeah, I tell
But
them. I said, if you're not in on what they're doing in the bedroom, what the hell do you care?
Ah.
If you're
the
not in on it, who cares?
thing is, Booty, it's just like anything in America or anywhere else in the world. It's just ignorance and people just judging without getting to know or I mean,
It
it's
like
just
Uh,
people in general just
Get in this yak, sure, sure.
like Smokey said in the movie Friday. You didn't put in on this, man.
yeah. I miss watching that movie. I didn't watch that movie later just to laugh.
That's why Ice Cube was holding out doing the last movie. He was going to do one more called Last Friday.
Uh-huh.
He was holding out for Chris Tucker to come back because Chris Tucker's what made the first movie. Him and the way they filmed it. Chris Tucker was you needed Chris Tucker to make it a successful movie because the other ones weren't as successful as the first one was.
Yeah, that's true.
Hey, King David, hello there. Good morning to you.
hey King David.
Bax Pinasabet, if you have time, you are free to come up here. Guys, if you are if you like to come up here in the panel, just hit this link.
Oh, what did I drop?
Buddha, I'm laughing on you earlier because you dropped in here. In my
Yeah, no, I kept dropping calls and I was in the wrong. I was like, oh my god.
Buddha is a multitasker now.
Um, Buddha, you know David Chappelle, I'm sure, right?
Yeah, I know David
Yeah,
Chappelle.
you know how he got a lot of bad press and people wanted to kill him that were in the LGBT
Oh
community
wow.
because of what he said. Well, he's got a lot of friends that are in that community too. And he told the joke and he shared it with everybody. He goes, all I said was, you take the LGBTQ community and put them in one car. Now, the L is going to be driving and the G is going to sit in the passenger seat complaining. Now, the L's and the G's do not get along. But one thing they do agree on, the B's is gross. The T's are in the back, the B's sitting there. I'll fuck everybody in this car. The T's are back there, back in the back seat, and in their own world, and just thinks everything's lovely.
Sorry,
And he
yeah.
got he got a bunch of crap over that. It's funny, but it's
Yeah.
true. The L's and the G's would never get along.
Yeah, it is true. I mean, I don't know why they want to kill him over it. It's crazy. It's He's funny. He's a comedian. He tells jokes. He makes people laugh.
Yeah, I've been to a
And
couple of his blocks party because he lives there in Dayton, Yellow Springs, on the east side of Dayton, and
oh,
everybody's invited. And I went once. I got to shake his hand.
hey, look, there go training.
What's
Hey,
the
he
food
throw every
in
Fourth of July. He throws a block party, the Fourth and Fifth of July,
Okay,
and
that's
there's
cool.
food everywhere. Carnival.
I was just about to ask that. Does he get food? Give
Hell
me
yeah.
some food. Bring me some food.
Well, Dayton, Yellow Springs is not a very big town. Uh,
Where is that in Dayton, Florida? You mean?
Lolo,
When you look at a map of
Jason,
Dayton, Ohio, you
Oh,
and,
Ohio.
and yeah, and you look to the right, you'll see Springfield. You go south of Springfield, and you'll see a small town called Yellow Springs. We call it Dayton Yellow Springs.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, I want to
is this
say
right,
thank you so
TV?
much. I want to say thank you so much, Sammy, for coming. Cause
Son, are
like
you
I had a lot of people
sorry,
come. No, I just want to say thank you very much for coming to Churning's premiere. Cause when I ask some people when I'm in their live, like they're like okay, but they don't come. So
mm-hmm.
I just want to say thank you.
Yeah, you get used to that.
Yeah, some people ignore me, and I'm like, yo, I'm here all day in your chat, and you can't come. I'm like, man, forget this. I'm multitasking. Like Sammy said, I accidentally dropped her link in her chat, and I meant to drop it in Trinity's. So I had to go back over and drop it in hers.
Kuya Sean, if I by G asking there in the chat, Sean, are you waiting on your appointment to get in the factory?
Well, to get in the warehouse, yeah, because I don't want to
Mm.
get turned away and then happen to get turned around.
Oh,
And they're like, "Well, our drivers do it all the time." I said, "Yeah, give me that yard dog, and I could do it too. But let me see your yard dog get up in my truck and do it. It's a big
Guys, I
difference.
dropped Buddha there, guys. If you wasn't subscribed to Buddha yet, please subscribe.
Them yard dog trucks are tiny. They can turn on a dime. Mine cannot.
oh. Which one's a yard truck?
I'll show you
Smaller.
one when I get there.
It's
Okay.
just
There,
small. It's just removing the trailers around the yard.
yeah. The
Oh, okay,
cab,
the
the,
little
the
one.
cab is just big enough for somebody to sit in the driver's seat with a steering
And
wheel.
they
You
can turn
cannot
it
have a
both sides.
passenger, and the doorway is you get out behind you because they're always changing the airlines out,
Oh,
and there's no sleeper, and it's only two axles.
oh wow.
It's
Oh.
just made for moving stuff, and it can turn tighter. And
Someone said they were
Uh,
yard dog for two
I
years.
was yard dog for 2 years. Wow, by
Left.
if by IG.
Yard dog, yard jock, you know. I mean, they're good. They're golden gooses if you want to have them become a driver, and drive a Class A. They're great because they already know how to back up the truck. They're very good at that. They're just not good enough uh, to have. Well, they need more experience on the highway driving is what it is. But other than that, they're good.
Right.
they definitely know how to do the moving it around, backing up, and all that. Yeah.
Yeah, but the trailers don't respond as quick. But I'll be right back with you guys. I got to take the headset off.
Okay. No problem. So how you doing, Robert? What's new? I'm gonna turn
I'm
this off
doing.
because the glare.
I'm doing all right. I'm
My
uploaded
eyes.
my second video to my channel.
Oh yeah,
Awesome. Yeah.
the second
Yeah,
one.
yeah. I took a video of the magnolia
Oh,
tree
the
outside.
magnolia tree. I saw. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yard dog
Beautiful,
are dog operator. Mm.
beautiful flower.
yeah. They
John,
when it fully blooms out, that tree is going to look really, really pretty. The magnolias are actually really beautiful trees when they fully bloom out.
uh-huh.
But I mean, I'm just slowly trying to add content. I'm not totally ready for a live stream yet. I'll get there though.
If I by G, you like to come up here
You
if
can
I
go
by
for
G.
you could do a live stream. My first one I did, I just put background music. I did on StreamYard, and I put you could put overlay where it covers your face. And
Hmm.
if people just see the meditation person, they don't
Uh-huh.
see me, but they hear my voice, and I'm like, it's a silent stream. Here's the music, but I always say here's a silent stream, and it's never silent. Cause I can't help it but say hi because people keep saying hi, 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 and
Yeah.
it says on the side of silent stream.
Like TV, yeah, my pleasure. If you wasn't remember me, we connected to yeah, Commander. Oh my god, like yeah. Commander is here in the Philippines already trending, right?
Yeah, he's in the
CC3.
Philippines.
Yeah, she's with he is with his fiance. Yeah, fiance si Sammy. Thank you so much, trending. Lanwal, thank you so much, John, ha? And I mean your live stream last night, last night, John, excuse me. And Kuya Shanti were is there, but yeah, I'm talking to someone, so that's why I wasn't comment there, John. So yeah, I only hit the thumbs up button. Yes, see, I watched his video with sis Ellen. Yeah, Ellen Manasa. Ellen Manasa. Have you remember me now? Buddha, it's been a long time that trending live TV and me is there in one friend of us that yeah, we are always there, yeah, hanging out. That's why we are connected.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
I
See a
watched
camera
his
on
video
the
with his,
nice videos. Oh my god.
Oh yeah, I saw that. Is that Commander Vlog's wife the one? They were laying in bed and they were doing a
Mm-hmm.
live stream, and then
Mm-hmm.
the people in the chat kept asking him to do an OnlyFans page, and he was laughing and like he kept
This is
showing her,
crazy.
and they were like, "Do a OnlyFans page, do an OnlyFans page." He's like, "Nah, I'm gonna be the only fan."
Mm-hmm. And guys, if you like to drop your link there without hassle, please type 143. Yeah, because yeah, if you have a lot, guys, I can't drop your link individually. My gulan. Type 143 in the chat, guys. Yeah, like my banner say there. Yeah, I met the Sisi Sami in Commander Vlog and live stream. Indeed, it's been a while. Sis like trending maybe almost 2 years, right?
Holy shit! Y'all in the
Yeah.
same place? It's been 2 years.
Yeah, because I wasn't yet celebrating my 2 years here in YouTube.
Oh.
Yeah, and I met trending live TV when I was 2 months only, 2 months only my in my YouTube, but I already monetized directly. Yeah,
Yeah,
because
I
I
know.
there's a lot of people connecting me, and then I told them that, oh my gulay, and then they say that I'm going to connect them, so I get uh, I get the wrong roles of the YouTube that sub to sub, and then I told to myself that it's not good. That's why I stopped doing that trending live TV to come to sub program, because it's not good. Because you
Yeah.
have a lot of subscriber, but you have a low views. That's why I'm working now. I'm working on now in my views, and then I focus a little bit in my content. Yeah, that's it. Lul, but become busy. Yeah, indeed, we are so busy in our different yeah channel individually. Hi, Robert and Sean. Kuya Divans! Island Life and Adventure, make love shout out to you. Sis Melanie, yan, and napod ko dito, Sis Melanie, na ako sa imong background, no? Kay duwa ka cellphone ni akong monitor. Yeah, duwa ka cellphone din, isa ka laptop, giatay, no? Kinabuhi sa bayot, giatay. I finally got the 700 bananas. Wow, awesome, Kuya Team Dizia. Congratulations.
Congrats.
And guys, FYI by G, guys, is awesome friend of mine too. We know each other almost 3 years now, and he is a nice person. If you wasn't subscribed to his channel, please subscribe. And yeah, my co-host here too. Buddha, I can't add the three link in the in the chat because it's too long. My gulay, yeah, only yeah, I dropped your link earlier. Guys, please check out the channel of Buddha, guys. Thank you so much. I dropped a link earlier.
It's okay.
To be fair, I don't like remove the pin. Oh my gulay. Pin the StreamYard then. Yeah, to be fair. And guys,
The-
please check out the channel of Kuya Sean Sean Tracking with BS, guys, because he have a competition. If you are willing to if you want to join, you are yeah, you are all welcome to join there. That is a banana split competition, and the first place on that competition, guys, is $100.
oh wow.
Second place is $50. Third place is $20 maybe, or 30, I forgot. And all participants have $10 consolation, win or lost, and you know. And
Is this a banana split challenge, Sammy?
yeah, and then it's what do you call this one, Buddha, what do you call this one, you can choose what wherever you like, Kuya Sean would like you to send. If you are here in the Philippines, if you like your price, we're going to send your Gcash. Just message me because I'm the one will in charge in that. And if you like a super chat, yeah, about your price, or yeah, um PayPal, Kuya Shan will doing that PayPal and super chat. But in Gcash, I'm the one will in charge in it. I'm the one will give the prices. So that's it, guys. I hope you visit Kuya Shan tracking with BS, guys. Yeah. And yeah, hello there. What are you laughing, Kuya Sean?
Well, no, every time I hear trucking with BS, it makes me laugh because of the irony.
Linis World, Nigalab, shout out to you guys, to all my new yes, they are new here, guys. To all new people here. Please type 143 to drop your link, guys. Thank you so much, Rinting and Buddha support. Ay, Music Corner, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Yeah. And if you like me to drop the link of that event, guys, this is the link. Wait, I will going to get that. Oh, I'm going to get it. Wait, guys, huh?
I saw the challenge, but nah, I'm okay. I can't do that.
Buddha, join.
No, I can't do that. I can't.
Please join. That is fun. That is fun. That is
I
so fun.
can't.
Promise.
I cannot I don't know. You gotta eat it with your mouth.
Yeah.
I can't do that. I saw salmon. Nah, I can't. Mm-mm.
Join
I did.
Buddha. Yeah.
Look,
Wait,
man, I
Buddha,
was
join.
seven. I was 7 years old on WGN in Chicago on the Bozo Circus show, and did it live where millions of people were watching. Me and a few other stupid kids.
Mhm. It's so for me it's so fun to do that, guys. To be honest, it's fun, and let's sing. Let Sammy Chavez. Let's sing. Oi, you have a request there. What is your
Fuck
request
off.
is?
Yeah, let's sing. They're telling us to be quiet.
Yeah. If I by G, if you have a song request there, just request there. But don't request that na sak my something na. Don't request that one because I don't like to sing that one here. My gulay. Kuya G3, hello there.
Shit.
Kuya Sean, FYI by G is talking to you, Kuya Sean. Robert, are you there? You are closing your camera, my
No,
gulay.
it's my eyes, Sammy. Sorry.
Okay, it's okay, it's okay. I understand.
Yeah,
Oh,
Don't
I
good.
got
worry.
I got my eye doctor's appointment tomorrow, so
Uh-huh.
I'm going to periodically turn it on and off because it just strains my eyes to look at the small screen.
Mm-hmm. FYI by G, I wish I am there FYI G so I can make your coffee joke. And I will blow out the screen of Kuya Sean then. Yeah. Hey G3 by Kuya David. Kuya David, Island Life and I Adventure. May kulay, may tangel. Kuya David, please drop your link there, Kuya David. Thank you so much, Kuya David. Wait, I'm going to get Kuya David link then. Oh, you have membership now, Kuya David. See perks. But not set up yet. Oh, congratulations, Kuya David.
Anyway, I should be getting a phone call at any time that's going to knock me off, Sammy, okay? Because they're going
Uh-huh.
to call me to come back to the guard shack.
Uh-huh. You're going to come back or not?
After I get backed into a door and I ain't got nothing else to do.
Okay, okay, kaya. I'll prepare my mama for bed. Okay, sis Trinding. Thank you so much. Trinding! Please type 143 there in the chat. Yeah. Please check out the channel of Kuya G3, guys. Yeah. Milane, what is your request? You like me to sing, right? And I can sing you a love song. Kuya
I
San, you
can
like to
sing
do karaoke,
Twinkle
Kuya San?
Twinkle.
Twinkle, twinkle? My gulay. I will off my camera so Kuya San will be highlight here. Oh, Kuya San, I see the BB Yuda.
Is
You
he
can't
reversed
sing.
it? Or is that
Kakatay
Yeah,
just my
Lulu.
eyes?
the camera can point out or toward me.
Uh-huh.
No, it's facing the street.
I was backing up.
Hey,
Oh, okay.
Joe, Jenny.
Kuya G3, hello there. Kuya G3, where is your first live stream, Kuya G3? Music corner, thank you so
Oh,
much.
where did Robert go?
Hit the wrong button. I know that. I know that. Hit the wrong button.
Hi,
Yeah.
Judy.
Mommy Judy, thank you so much. Yeah. Yeah. Robert is in the background now, but my phone is a little bit hung. Just wait for a while, Robert. Yeah.
Hey, Robert, you hit the wrong button.
Yeah, again. Story of
My
my life, hitting
gulay.
the wrong button.
I know
Yeah,
that.
That's what
I'm
you get.
among.
That's what you get when you get these fat mechanic fingers.
Yeah, here, look. I'm looking to my right. There are literally hundreds of these Amazon cargo vans. See that?
Well, Amazon's everywhere, brother, no
The
doubt.
Amazon's right there. Yeah. What economists do, we do the mathematics behind everything. If you work it out for what Jeffrey Bezos makes per hour, okay, he makes like 28 million a year or 28 million a week. Okay, that's like hitting the lottery every week. All right. Now, when you work it out per hour, the last time that someone did the figures, he makes anywhere between $9,000 to $10,000 an hour. Okay, the people who make that kind of money, $9,000 to $10,000 an hour, do not want their employees to get $15 an hour. It's like,
Uh-huh.
wow, makes you want to go to church, don't it? Think of the family values that these people have.
Well, I guess so. The guy that owns Amazon was what? Divorced from his wife because he was messing around with his secretary.
Oh my
Oh yeah,
God.
and speaking of that,
When he ended up getting divorced, she got an insane amount of money. He didn't care.
yeah. Well, when she divorced, Mackenzie is her name. When she divorced him, and she got 39 billion, she became the 22nd richest person in the world just by being his wife. That was her major accomplishment. Some accomplishment, huh?
What was that?
She did. She got a big insane amount of
Yeah.
money.
But
Still.
let me repeat that again.
We got an echo going.
Yeah, I'll wait till the echo is off. Somebody who came in the room last has got to mute their YouTube channel or close that one off.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kuya G3.
There we go.
On YouTube.
I think he's got it now.
I'm mute because I'm running a raid,
Yeah.
Sammy.
Sis, Melanie.
What's happening? What's on my screen? I didn't see all of your face.
Huh?
Oh, hi, don't Mel.
Shut up,
I think Mel has her own channel.
They have a celebration. Yeah, birthday of her daughter.
What's happening, guys? But I don't want to see your face here in the camera. fireworks. I don't know.
Huh? I can't hear you clearly, sis.
Yeah, we only hear the music.
Yes, but I don't even see your face, guys. I don't know what's happening.
Good night, Sammy and co-host. I'm quitting this yet. Good night.
Good night, Tim.
I don't know what's happening, guys. But I don't see your face. Anyways, I just see I don't even see your all of your face, guys. I don't know. I'm always seeing in the background.
Okay, sis Mel. Take care, everyone. By Kuya Team Dizzy. Take care, Kuya Team Dizzy. Good night.
Guys, I don't know. I don't know what's happening, but I don't even see your face, all of your face there, and I see the background. The background, I don't know. It's fireworks, or I don't know.
We are
Fireworks.
opening our camera now, sis Melanie. So I can see Sean now. Yeah, you can see Sean now. Kuya Sean is so handsome, right?
Bakit hindi ko kayo makita?
Why I can see
Loading
them?
ka.
Loading ko?
Yeah, you're
Basta
loading
loading
because
ko. Yeah, maybe your phone is
you
loading, that's why.
I don't know, sis. I'm using
you're
Wi-Fi,
expired.
but I don't know if it's work out. Pero ano?
Whose Wi-Fi is that? Is
Hindi ko
that mine?
no. Hindi ko
it's
makita yung
Susana.
hindi ko makita yung face
You.
niyo lahat. And then pero nakikita niyo ako, sis?
Why you talk
FYI
Tagalog?
by G, you see no Sean on face?
You talk
Ano,
English.
sis?
No, don't talk Tagalog. Yes, si Victoria.
Si Sammy, pardon?
Yeah, pardon.
Oh my god, I'm talking to FYI by G.
I will sing a song sana, pero hindi ko kayo makikita sa cellphone ko. Pero I will try my backup.
Don't talk Tagalog. Don't talk Bisaya. Talk English.
What's your request?
I will try my
I can
backup,
sing.
sis, if I can
I can
see
sing
all of
song.
you.
Sa loob. Sa kanta daw siya sa request.
What are you request? I sing.
Robert Sima, shout out.
Shout out. Destiny. Hello there, Buddha and
Okay,
Trilling
I
for
will,
you.
I will, I will try to have a backup. Oh yeah, I will show my face, but I don't see all of your face here. Okay, guys, I will sing a song and I will shout out to Robert Munoz and show. And thank you so much for having me here in the panel. If you want me to shout.
No, you won't see my face until after my live stream.
What kuya?
I-
What kuya?
Yeah, she's so distorted. I can't.
I'm waiting on you to start.
I can't understand anybody.
For the title of the song is That's What Friends Are For. Guys,
She's
kuya,
so distorted. I can't understand a word she's saying.
Kuya G3, you have an echo, Kuya G3.
Sorry about that, Sammy. But you asked me a question about my live stream. Be looking for a pop-up stream coming out of my channel. I'm not going to schedule a live
I am
stream.
there waiting to start your live stream, but you wasn't start yet.
That's because I canceled it. Because I'm on my special guest is having issues with their phone out there in Manila.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to do a pop-up stream. So everybody be looking out for that.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Buddha and Trinity support. Thank you so much. Thank you
Hey,
so much.
Sammy, I'm going to try to finish my point, and I hear an echo. There, it's gone, I think.
What?
Yeah, it's gone. I was going to try to finish my point. When Mel came in, it just went to chaos. Like I was talking about Bezos. Someone who makes between $9,000 to $10,000 an hour that doesn't want to give their employees 15. Which of you has an ethical, moral, or religious values to such a system? You preserve capitalism? Why? It rips us off. That's why a lot of people that were born here in America and born and raised, they'll never work for somebody who don't pay them what they're worth. I got really bad news for you. That's never happened and it never will.
I've walked away from people because they were trying to offer me ridiculous amount of money, and I told the guy flat out. One guy, I said, "You're going to pay me for all the certificates and certifications that I have." I said, "You're not going to pay me a little bit of money." I said, what I can do, you're going to pay me what I'm worth."
But that statement is what we would tell ourselves to dealing with the system in which we live.
I didn't go through the training and the schooling I went through for them to pay me somebody coming in at an entry level. Man, no. I mean, I was a master mechanic. You're going to pay me what I'm worth.
You never did. You never will.
Well, no, I didn't work for the guy. I went somewhere where the guy paid me what I was worth.
You still weren't getting paid what you're worth, and I'll show it to you here in a second.
But doing stuff on the side, I made actually more working out of my garage sometimes than I did at my job.
Okay, let me show you. This is how my professor described this to me. He goes, let's follow the logic on how this works, okay? Now, you got somebody that's got, a pile of money, a warehouse, that gets it from a landlord or somebody who owns the land, and he brings this stuff. That's called embodied labor, EL, embodied labor, something that was made before, it could be anything. Like, let's say he's got tons of cotton, okay, that were milled into a cloth, and he's going to make clothes, right? Or wood, he's going to make a chair or a piece of furniture or whatever, right? That's embodied labor. He brings that to the labor process. And with the addition of live-in labor, LL, that's us, me, you, him. We bring that to the production process. We take the wood and make a chair. We take the things that he brought in and made it into something, okay? And then in the end, you got the total labor is, okay, say the embodied labor is 100. Let's just make it simple. The embodied labor is 100. And with the added additional, the live-in labor, let's make that 100. So in the end, you got 200, okay? Embodied labor plus the live-in labor gives you the total labor of 200 of what it is. It could be millions,
Yeah.
Okay, so the first thing that this employer wants to do is get back what he laid out, which is the 100. And that leaves what? 100, right? Now, here's the crucial point. You have 100, which the live-in labor brought in the 100 to produce that. You could, however, give it to the employees, but that doesn't happen in our system. No, he breaks that down. Let's just say he gives them 50. And now he's got 50 left over, and this is called the surplus. The new system that is, a lot of people are blind to it or don't realize it. This is our future we're talking about. This isn't something new, nothing new. It's really old. It's just Americans are rediscovering it, and it's called worker co-op. What worker co-ops do? They eliminate the employer. The employees decide what they're going to do, what they're going to produce, how they're going to produce, and where to produce, and then what to do with the surplus that they all produced. It's called a worker co-op. Everybody has an equal vote to decide what to do with the surplus or what to produce, whatever they're going to make. This is what Mondragon, Spain does. One of the poorest portions of Spain after World War II, because they fought their own revolution, and then they've had to fight World War II. It was a really poor country. In 1956, Father Arizmendi and 6 parishioners of his church said, if we're going to sit here and wait for some capitalist to come in here to give us all jobs, we'll die of old age. So what I suggest is we become our own employer. 6 workers and a priest. Fast forward to today. Mondragon is the 7th largest company in Spain. It's about 250 to 300 different companies and services, manufacturing, all of it. They even have a university in that town that would teach anybody anywhere in the world about how to create a co-op, because this is nothing new. Very successful. In San Francisco, they got the Arizmendi bakeries. There are 5 of them. Excellent bakeries. And they named them after Father Arizmendi because of the accomplishment. They named them after him. And those are all also worker co-ops. Land O'Lakes Butter in Minnesota, worker co-ops. You go up to Minnesota, them people never hurt for anything because they're all working for worker co-ops. Green Bay, Wisconsin, the Green Bay Packers, it's community owned. And all the businesses around there are worker co-ops.
Uh-huh.
You don't have people committing crime per se, and you don't have starving and homeless people up there.
Uh-huh.
That's our a future where we can start. Not perfect, but it's better what we got. Nobody is worth 200 billion a year. Nobody is.
We got to echo again.
But we were not allowed to question our economic system. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, we got to echo again.
I was saying we do have homeless up there in all the co-op states. It doesn't matter where in the country they are. There is homeless.
Yeah, but it's not an alarming rate like it is in where I am right now.
I don't know, Sean. Where I'm at, there are a lot of homeless in this area.
Yeah, but you don't have worker co-op in your area. Not that I know of.
No, not that I know of in Virginia.
But when I go to Green Bay, I don't ever have a beggar come up to me asking me for money. I don't have panhandlers waiting on every exit highway you get off of. I don't see tents up under the overpasses or anything like that.
Well,
I don't see that up in Wisconsin and Minnesota that much.
The way I look at it, Sean, I've never shared this with nobody. When I was having a rough time in my life getting out of the service, there was a time that I was homeless, and I feel for people like that, and I help them when I can. There's no worse feeling than in America that shouldn't happen anyway. I mean,
And a lot of people are being disappointed. They don't want to hear this. It's what the system produces. If it was such great and lifted so many people out of poverty, why are we getting alarming rates of poverty and homelessness? It took credit. It took credit for something that it didn't accomplish. It took credit for what it fought against in 1933.
Yeah.
Yeah, what? Because of the pandemic, landlords, everybody's evicting everybody.
Well,
that's
pay
happening.
their rent, and they lost their job. Come on,
it goes back to the point where somebody made a statement a couple of years ago, is that everybody pretty much that's in working class are living paycheck to paycheck. They're a paycheck away from being on the street.
We're getting
to keep their head above water.
Yeah, over 1,000 people. The last time I looked, over 1,000 people a day are being put out, literally.
Well, they said in Fairfax. They said in Fairfax a couple months ago that there's probably an estimated maybe about 8,000 to 9,000 homeless just in Fairfax County alone. And Fairfax County is a huge county. It's like number 2 as being one of the wealthiest counties in Virginia. The wealthiest county in Virginia right now is Loudoun County. But it's widespread all through Virginia, especially if you get in Arlington. I can walk over across the street, and there was I guess it was a mother and her daughter sitting there holding a sign.
Yeah, the British have already gone through quite a bit of what we're going through now.
Yeah.
You remember the Gryffindor Tower fire? It was like about 3 or 4 years ago, where that tower caught on fire, killed a lot of people there, and
the
suburb of London,
in New York, Twin Towers.
No, the Gryffindor Tower in London, England.
Damn, I'm frozen. What's up?
Because somebody said, "My God, is the Duchess all right? Oh, the Duchess is just fine, although her cleaners are dead."
Oh my god.
There was it was look it up. It was a very tall building that was housing. It was apartment buildings. It was called Greffendel Tower or something like that.
Hmm.
It was a suburb of London, England. And it was what the complaint was. They used cladding that was very flammable, so that posh people couldn't look at shitty housing. Papering over poverty with flammable cladding. It was funny how they put it, but it was sad too because a lot of people died. So posh people couldn't look at shitty houses or a Section 8 building like that. So they papered over it to make it look nice. But let's not fix the real issues here. But like that
John
guy,
Dan said hi.
hey, how you doing, Dan? But like the guy posted that big sign in New York City. Look it up; it's there. He converted that building into a storage facility, and it said the French aristocracy didn't see it coming either. And a lot of people understand what that means.
Mm.
Everybody's talking about 1776 for the past 3 or 4 years. No. It's not 1776. This is 1789. People need to think about. And those who are wondering what was 1789, put that date in and look
That's a
up
long time
France.
ago. Holy shit.
Yeah,
I'm
but
here. I'm
we're
here,
going through the
Dan.
same thing.
Sorry.
That was one thing that the French got right. They could never win a war, but they won their own revolution because they got that right.
Mm.
Well, if I'm correct, if my memory serves me correctly, in World War II, France just let them come in to avoid destroying the whole country or the city.
No, they didn't let them come in. They
Well,
fought.
they took Paris without a fight.
They were overwhelmed. That's because they were all the army, the English and the French army was trapped on the beach of Dunkirk.
Well, I'm saying that Paris itself was taken without a fight because the mayor,
There was no military there.
whoever made the decision, one did not want
Yeah,
the city destroyed.
yeah. That when they took Paris, that was when the Maquis was born. They were the French that were civilians that became soldiers, but not in a uniform.
Yeah.
They would, they weren't collaborators like a lot of the others were. That was they were called the Maquis. They they were the only ones left. That's when the Maquis was born. They would sabotage railways. Give the Germans a hard time by blowing shit up here and there.
Uh-huh.
But 1789, that's what people need to concentrate on. To the Bastille. That's what happens when your queen tells you to eat shit. She did. Mia. Because everybody will tell you, oh, she didn't say you let him eat cake. I said, no, she didn't say let him eat cake. She said let him eat shit. If you go to Paris, France, go to a library and argue with the French. That's where I learned it because that's what I was taught. I thought she said let him eat cake. No, she said let him eat shit. What do you think is going to happen? But some Hollywood movie romanticizes, the French royal family, and Marie Antoinette. She was a cunt. Junta Cunnilingus. That's what they called her.
That's
And
okay.
she was.
That's okay. She lost her head.
Yeah, and that's what's going to happen to all the well-to-do people. If we were to have a revolution, the National Razor, stick his head in. Boom. Hey, they were cheering. They were all out there, bring him the head. Boom. Yay. It was led by a man called Maximilien Robespierre.
Read that for your son. For your son, read that one.
Yeah. Yeah, they Hollywood makes a movie, romanticizes their story, and everybody's like, "Oh, it was so terrible what happened to him." Yeah, if you were starving to death and have children that were starving to death purposely by them, you would want their head too. and telling people to eat shit. Oh no, no, no. Why do you think they killed her? Not only that, it was a change of the system. They got rid of feudalism, the old system, and they brought in capitalism. And they thought it was going to bring them liberty, equality, fraternity. But later on, as it progressed, a man in Trier, Germany, discovered that it's the antithesis of that.
Sammy and Sean, you two look like siblings. Yeah, he is
But
my daddy. He is my daddy, Sean.
the French Revolution was wonderful for bringing in capitalism, but capitalism, it turned out, was not the vehicle or the means to bring us liberty, equality, fraternity. And through an analysis of 50 years of him living in it, he drew a conclusion. And he was in favor of an alternative to what we have today. And he keeps getting exonerated every 4 to 7 years in our country. I said, are we going to start listening to Marx, or are we just going to dismiss him? Because, he died in 1883. And he wrote this back in 1864.
Yeah, Sean is the history professor for real.
No, just economics. It's
No,
history
Jason
of
Blue, but
economics.
I called you a history professor.
Kuya
No.
Sean is
I just
Mr. Google. Yeah, Mr. Google, Kuya Sean.
no. I just went to college and got an economics and a business degree, and I had
No,
a very excellent economics
paid
professor. He's
attention.
on YouTube too.
He paid
He's on
attention in class.
Yeah, he's on YouTube. His name is Professor Richard Wolf. He's retired. He's got a channel called Democracy at Work.
I watched Greg Brandon on YouTube. I watched 48 Hours or True Crime Daily. That's what I watch.
I want to see a new type of cop show. Let's bust all these people that have been the $5.7 trillion of COVID relief that we've had since it
Yeah.
started. You got to figure out how much of that has been stolen. I've been working on that, and
I can't even believe that they didn't send me shit. They don't send my mom anything.
I didn't
They
get
don't
nothing
send
either.
the people that need it the most, they don't send it to. They sent it to a rapper, a music artist. How the
Yeah,
heck did he
that,
qualify for that?
well, I'll tell you, they gave him I think 2 million, so he
Yes.
can continue to make the world's ugliest shoes. What was that? He loved Trump. What was his name? I can't remember his name, but he loved Trump, and he would visit him at the White House. But here's the kicker: 1.7 trillion of that was supposed to go to employees that were put out of work or needed to get paid. But none of them hardly even saw that money. So instead of calling it the CARES Act, they should have called it the Who Cares Act.
Mm-hmm.
No, the
Kuya Sean,
employers use that. They throw up signs. Everybody they throw up signs that says hiring, fill out application or whatever. That was just a front so they can collect that money. Yeah, they were taking applications, but they weren't hiring anybody.
Kuya Sean, FYI by G say that Sean is the wolf man jock. What
Is
is
a what?
that? Wolf man jock?
Sean, do you think fraud was committed with all the relief money? I can answer that too. Yes.
Well, look, okay, the unemployment, 900 billion was allocated towards the people on unemployment, okay? Now, they did the research on that too. And this is a nonpartisan company, the National Bureau of Labor Statistics there in DC. 900 billion went to the unemployment, and they found out that $2 million of that was sent to one address. What job was this guy out of? And nobody asked a question.
Oh, and I can also tell you that people here quit their job because unemployment was giving more money than what they made at work.
Yeah, that wasn't as big as people thought it was. Not as much as some of these corporations and these people stealing it. And a lot of it was stolen by your elite.
Yeah, people were what is it? They were asking you apply for it, like
Not,
financial support to help
Let's put
your
it this way.
business keep going.
Yeah. Tom
yeah.
Brady got a PP check.
It's
A
crazy.
PPP, what they call it. He got one because God knows they don't want a 7-time Super Bowl champion to dip into his savings. His company got a PPP money, and who else got this? I mean, I've looked into this. I mean, it's ridiculous that some of these people are getting this money that don't need it. Like Palm Springs has, Florida has 160 golf courses in its area, right? And they got one. And what they do with the money? They built another golf course.
Oh
It's
shit.
like what the fuck?
Judy Fisher. I saw what you said earlier. You said that you like
Kanye
truth
West.
too. And
Kanye West got
check out Kendall Ray.
yeah.
I'm gonna
Kanye
check it.
West. He got 10 million to continue making those shitty shoes he makes. Look it up. You could probably Google it and you'd find it. I mean, a lot of this money was just flat out stolen.
It wasn't just the elite that were stealing it, Sean. States misused it too.
Yeah, but see, I mean, they come up with, I never heard any Democrat say this. It was all Republicans saying it, defund the police. Well, also depolicing the funds, that's also a bad idea too. But no party said boo. Neither party said boo.
That's right. That's right. Let's just get rid of the police and then see how it gets, right?
Yeah, that was a bad idea, defunding the police. But also depolicing the funds is also a bad idea. Because that 5.7 trillion, our grandchildren are going to have to pay for, unless they make a deal like Yanis Varoufakis did for Greek when he was part of Syriza. He was the
Yeah.
finance minister of Greece. Excellent economist. You can learn a lot from Yanis Varoufakis, and he's got a lot of YouTube videos out there.
Oh, Robbie misses you, Sammy.
Mhm.
I like when he stood up to the EU when they said elections. The EU finance minister was talking to Yanis Varoufakis and all the other finance ministers of all the other European countries. He told Yanis Varoufakis, elections are not allowed to change economic policy. He goes, well, then we shouldn't have elections. We shouldn't have a democracy. If you're a creditor state, you have democracy. If you're a debtor state, then you don't have a democracy. So it's a debtor's prison. And there are some countries that would love that idea.
We should have Dan up here. Dan knows about that. I've seen some of his videos. He just said in the chat, transference of wealth taken
Yep.
from the taxpayers to give to the rich, perhaps.
See, what's funny is the president of the EU was Angela Merkel. I think she still is. I can't remember who is now. I haven't been keeping up, but she was the president of Germany, and she was the head of the EU. And what Germany got, it was called the London Agreement in the 1950s.
Oh.
What Germany got in the 1950s, they were wanting to deny Greece. And one of the arguments Greece had was, you still owe us from World War II, all the damage you did. But they didn't go with that. And when people say people need to, especially college students, they need to adhere to their obligations. No, this is not how it's handled in court. But you're not going to hear about that in the news. They're not going to discuss this. Because whenever you take out a loan, it is the creditor's job to do his due diligence of the borrower's able to pay and everything else. You know that as well as I do. They look at everything.
Right.
And if they default, then they don't only blame the debtor, they blame the creditor too. And the judge gets both parties together to form an agreement. They did this with Germany in the London Agreement. They said, if you want us to be a good ally against the Soviets, you need to do something about this debt that's crushing us. So you know what they did? They forgave half the debt, and they took the other half and stretched it off to a 30-year loan, which made it almost next to none where they could handle that. Well, they didn't want to do that for the Greek people. So
Right.
what Yanis Varoufakis said, we have no alternative than to take it from the Greek elite. They were the ones that did this. I am not going to administer austerity to my countrymen who had nothing to do with this debt that is imposed on the country. But the elite are responsible for that debt. So that's what they did. And that's what the ideas come from FDR in 1933. The man, the United States president, Franklin Delano Roosevelt, most popular president ever. Everybody said Donald Trump was, but I can bullshit that one. The man who taxed the rich 92% was reelected 3 times. And they want to try to tell me that somebody else, I don't care who they are, is better than FDR? You're dreaming.
No, FDR did for the times he was in, did unbelievable stuff.
Mm-hmm. And how did he get the money to do it all? He taxed the rich 92% over a certain amount. In today's standards, it would be like $500,000. Back then, it was 24 grand. Anything after that, the government got 92 cents of every dollar you made, and you got to keep, 8 cents over that amount.
FDR,
and that's how.
Go ahead. Sorry.
That's how he created unemployment insurance. That's how he created Social Security. That's how he created 14 million jobs. It's amazing what he did with that. There was a lot more he was wanting to do, but they made sure he was going to die.
It's amazing what he did with a lot of things. Putting the unemployed to work by building highways, by building bridges, by doing stuff that bettered the country.
Yeah, that's why you're not supposed to pay into Social Security. That was later on dumped on the people, and nobody said boo about it. Because when FDR first created Social Security, nobody paid into it, but they collected it and they could live off of it. That was the whole idea of Social Security for old people, so they could live off of it. You can't possibly live on SSI anymore unless you're consuming a lot of cat food and you're homeless. But see, what happened was it was dumped on us. It was paid for by taxing the rich 92%. All that was paid for. We're not supposed to. If you go into the tax law, which I know very well too, we're not. American citizens are not liable for its payment. It was paid for by taxing the rich 92%.
Very true.
But like the New Deal, it was called the New Deal. It was the New Deal that wasn't green yet. That was called the New Deal back then.
Well, that out of all the presidents, there's 2 presidents that I had the utmost respect for. Lincoln being one, and FDR being the second. They in their presidencies did awesome jobs.
I do like picking on some of them. They're not my favorite, but I like picking on Ronald Reagan.
I can pick on quite a few of them. But
I tell you what, W. Bush, he was a self-opening piñata. He did all the work for all the comedians.
I remember we was doing that live broadcast at one time. Somebody threw a shoe at him.
That was in Saudi Arabia, or I think it was Iraq. I can't remember. But that's an insult in their country. You take your shoe off and you throw it at somebody.
Yeah, I just thought that was kind of hilarious that he threw his shoe at him. You just sit there and watch him go.
Hey, he was good at ducking. Ronald Reagan, man, he towards the end there, he was getting real senile. Like, well, Nancy and I are searching for the other half of my head.
Oh my God. Sean, you're something else, brother.
Yeah, to mimic George W. Bush's voice is real easy. You talk like Duke Wayne, John Wayne, the Duke, and then you act like someone just grabbed your underwear and pulled it up your crack, You go, yeah, I'm talking like dude Wayne. You go like that a little bit, and you sound like W. Bush.
Texan,
Pretty easy.
Texan, a family from Texas. Well, that's family from oil.
Ay, Kuya Sean, there's a lot of information that I can
Yeah.
give to you.
But see,
Well,
everybody
the Bush
believes a
family,
permanent lie
Sammy,
without evidence.
the Bush family, Sammy, came from oil.
Mm-hmm.
All right, that's how they made their money. And you put two and two together and wonder why we went into Iraq.
Mm-hmm.
It don't take rocket science to figure that out.
Where you at now, Kuya Sean?
Oh, I like that truck that passed.
Can y'all hear me now?
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
happens is if somebody calls me, it throws my headset, it messes with my headset. It was a potential spam. I don't ever answer it, and I hang up on them. I just hit the red button.
I know about the red button.
You hit the bot, Sean?
No,
But
I hit
see,
the
it's
red
the
button all
permanent.
the time.
Like nobody believes that there were weapons of mass destruction in Iraq. That's obvious. Okay, and you don't hear people still trying to push that lie. Okay, but people are still pushing that lie, even with no evidence at all. They're still pushing the lie that this election was stolen. Okay,
Well,
if it was
listen,
stolen, give me proof.
I
Instead of
was out
going
of
by
it.
what is being said, that's all what anybody's going by. They're going by what they were told by
I,
the man that they love.
I was out of it by then, Sean. So I mean,
Uh huh.
when I went in there, it was during Bush. George's dad was president. Is when I went in there, and it was for the same reasons. It wasn't for any other thing but self-serving reasons why he wanted to put the military on the ground for two reasons. To protect Saudi, for one, because Saudi really doesn't have a standing army to protect themselves, neither does Kuwait. So
But everybody,
they depend on countries like the United States, England, France, countries that have an army.
but a lot of people back then had really no knowledge of the Middle East or its culture or its religion.
Oh,
They
I
would have,
do.
if they did, they would have known that the lie that they were passing was blatant bullshit.
Listen, they've been fighting for thousands of years, Sean, and they're going to continue to fight for another 1,000 years.
Well, they're not
Right?
fighting. Well,
It's
I'll tell you who's
religious.
fighting.
It's religious.
No,
It's going
not
on.
Saudi.
Not talking about Saudi. I'm talking about Iraq, countries around Saudi.
Yeah, but they're not fighting. They're not fighting each other anymore. They haven't been. Saudi. The only thing that's going on in the Middle East is Saudi Arabia is invading Yemen and creating genocide, and we're not stopping that.
Yeah.
And yet everybody wants to cry Ukraine. And then you got what Israel is doing to the Gaza Strip by bombing the shit out of these people.
I'm not worried
Just
about it. That's something that's no. I'm not. That's my past is my past, and I try to live in today. You know what? Like I said, what I fought for back then was what I thought I believed in, and
yes,
when I found out the truth, I just had a bad
yeah.
taste in my mouth.
That's why everybody that protested were not. You were told that they were against the soldiers. That was in Vietnam, okay. And then they were soon realized it wasn't about the soldiers. It was about the ones that were giving them the orders.
Now I followed my orders. That was a soldier, so can't change that now. It's just all I can do is learn from my past, and that's what I try to do. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I love serving my country. It was some of the best years of my life. Some of the situations and some of the things that they put me into, I just put a bad taste in my mouth. didn't make me feel very good about myself.
Mm-hmm.
So it's sorry, guys. Yeah, I'm going to get quiet. I think about step back on stuff like that. And
It's okay.
today is today. I got a tree outside that's going to be blooming beautiful flowers. That's what I'm going to think about.
You're going to take a video again?
Probably later. It probably has pushed some more flowers
Uh-huh.
out. So I'm going to kind
Yeah,
of keep track
but
of that tree.
people can self censorship and turn their back on what they're hearing, but it's not to hurt your feelings, and it's not to be malicious against you, because
Well,
everybody that can hear my voice that's in this room, we are all similarly situated because none of us are million or billionaires.
uh, I'm going to say this. In my military career, what you were seeing on the TV news and on the TV screen isn't what I was seeing on the ground. And I'm going to leave it at that.
Mm-hmm.
I was there. I saw it with my own eyes. I heard it with my own ears. And what the media back home was saying wasn't what was happening.
Hmm.
Uh-huh, uh-huh. I like it. Uh-huh.
Yeah, I'm good. Why? I was just listening. Can you hear me? You guys?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I want to make sure you guys can hear me. I'm here to talking. Okay,
Yeah, yeah,
nah.
yeah.
I'm
What's
good.
up,
I'm just
Frida?
telling Shannon to go heat up her food because she's
Mm-hmm.
there
Yeah,
typing and typing and typing on YouTube, and I'm like
I
stopping. It makes you want to like break the hand to go
yeah.
eat.
I hope for the best for the Philippines. I don't know anything about Bong Bong, but yes, Dirte did good. Nothing bad to say about him either.
He's a Marco, so I guess we'll see.
Mm,
Yeah, most all Filipino hoping yeah, he will do
Although
you
when
know.
I first heard his name, I thought it was Boom Boom, and I'm like, now that's a cool name.
Kuya son, you make me shy now.
Oh my gosh.
But still,
I heard they had Pac-Man running against this boom boom guy, boom boom, whatever. I was like, boy, I want Pac-Man to win.
Oh, boom, boom,
No,
boom.
Baby Yoda needs to run.
yeah, the guard check told me to do.
Dirty,
Baby
do
Yoda for president.
My
I
mom
thought
said yesterday that their
about
government is
the
very corrupt. Is that true?
the 30 go ride of the drug problem. Drug problem. Indeed. And what they call this one? We are hoping that yeah, no no war will going happen on that yeah. If Bongbong will sit down there as soon as possible because at the moment Bongbong wasn't sit down yet.
Has he taken power? When does he take power, Sammy?
Mhm.
Does it work the same way it does in the United States? There's a certain date that he takes power, or when he's elected, is he automatically in power?
Mhm.
No, that's what I'm asking you.
Do it.
Like, if the president wins here, Sammy, he has to wait until
Until
he's
January 20th.
inaugurated to take power. Is that the
Yeah,
same way in the Philippines?
They are here in the Philippines they are waiting yeah. Even the mayor also they are waiting for the term will going to end when the time and date will going to find what they call this one officially yeah sit down there.
yeah. Our
It starts
elections
in
haven't
July. In
happened.
July.
Oh, in July. Our
Yeah.
elections happen in November 2nd, and the results are within a day or two. And then, but that new elected president doesn't come into office until January 20th.
Yeah, that's when he officially takes over, and then transfer of power.
turnover of fees in July. Yeah, in July, if I ever you're right.
Yeah, I remember the inauguration of Trump. This carnage stops here and right now. And look at us. We blew up. The carnage just, it was like a wrestling tournament. I mean, the carnage just exploded after he said that. And when Obama became president for the first time, I saw Grant Park in Chicago and all them thousands of people cheering. I was like, Cubs win! Cubs win the World Series! Which didn't happen until 2016. But I was dreaming. And I was waiting for the first presidential barbecue, man. That never happened. Get a barbecue out there, everybody out on the lawn, playing Parliament. That's on flashlight. If you go to a barbecue here on the west side of Dayton, you go to a barbecue, I'll guarantee you're going to hear Parliament, you're going to hear the electric slide, and what's that other one? The cha cha. You're going to hear that. There's a third one, but I can't remember its name. There's the electric slide, the cha cha, and there's this other one. I can't remember what it is. But you're always going to hear those.
I have no idea.
Queen, and there's a lot of what you can say.
I'm sure that was played at a barbecue you've been to, Buddha, right? Parliament flashlight. A lot of the older ones would listen to that. I know. Spotlight. Everybody needs a little light under the sun, under the sun. It
No.
came out like when I was 7 years old. It was you'd hear it at the skating ring a lot too.
And also ex gangster.
We need something new. Yeah, indeed. Because what the calls one it's a last term of the 30 FYI by G. That's why he can't run again.
Yeah, he did a good job on that. That's why we need Dirte over here in the States. He'll put an end to that shit. Because we have a opiate problem over here. You know, we got 800,000 people or more dying of opiate overdoses. You know, you see an ambulance, they're going probably to revive somebody that OD'd on an opiate, and they stab
Yeah,
him in the heart. Because one of my former
they think they're getting heroin, but they're getting amphetamine.
fentanyl,
Fentanyl, there you go.
fentanyl. Yeah. But see, one of my ex students was a rescue squad. He goes, "Yeah, I was trained to hang over cliffs and stuff and rescue people." He goes, "But we don't do that anymore. We usually go into a call to revive somebody that OD'd on fentanyl." They are the people that are bent over, looking like they're trying to shove their own head up their ass, or they're squatting down, barely standing up, like they're trying to take a shit standing up. I see them at the truck stops all the time. That's why they beg for money, so they can buy more fentanyl. They look like a zombie out there. Yeah, man. We need Dirte over here for a few months. He would
Oh,
clean it up.
We don't need people being shot.
well, shit, he shot them all. Oh, hell
Hell
no.
yeah, put an end to the shit though, didn't it? It put
Yeah,
an end to it
well,
though.
yeah, well,
It's the dealers you got to go after, not the users. The users need therapy. They need medical attention to get them off from being hooked on it.
you know how much the United States puts out towards treating drug addiction?
I'm sure they put out a lot, but it's not
Yeah,
effective.
a lot. And the thing is, I'm gonna tell you flat out, until somebody's ready to stop, they're not going to stop. So it's useless to send them to treatment and waste the money. To put somebody in the treatment center for 30 days cost the state or the federal government pretty close to $40,000 or $50,000 to house them for 30 days to get them clean, and then they'll go right back out and do the same thing.
Yeah.
I mean, until you're ready in your own soul and your own mind to stop that, it's not going to stop.
But if you get the supply where they can't get it in here and they can't get it, what are
Well,
they going to do?
tried that. You're never going to stop it from coming in here. It's going to get in here one way or the other. I mean, if that's been going on for a long time, and there's just no way you can truly stop it because these guys are creative the way they get it in this country.
I think
Oh
that's
yeah,
what my
no doubt.
mom was talking about yesterday to me. If director it was the president in the Philippines, he was the president in the Philippines.
I
Well,
agree.
he still is until
I,
July.
I
Okay, cause
agree.
she said the government is so corrupt because they took a bunch of people and they shot them. I said what? I don't
The
know what you're
dealers.
talking about. I know, but I didn't know that, and I don't know who they were. But my mom don't believe in no violence. My mom doesn't believe in killing nobody. That's not right to take somebody's life because you
Two
could be
wrongs don't make
drug
a
dealing
right.
for your family. You could be doing. You should just put him in prison and just give him life. That's it.
Yeah. To be honest, Duterte do that in the first time that term that he sit down, he did that like a physical harassing to
Let me put it this way: when I was in the Philippines, this
Oh
is
shit.
downtown Manila at
Huh.
midnight. I'm walking by myself all around town. Went to a McDonald's and went around and whatever. I felt safe. Nobody bothered me. Do you think I would do that in a city like that, like in Chicago, New York, or Philadelphia? Walk around downtown all by myself and not
No.
not been harassed or tried to get mugged? Bullshit. It would have happened here in the States. Over in the Philippines, no. You're perfectly safe. I felt more safe in the Philippines than I do in my own country because crime isn't rampant there in the Philippines.
So because he picked mafia people.
But we're not allowed to think that way. We have to think always that America number one. We're the greatest country in the world. Oh yeah. How do people come up with this assumption that we're the greatest country in the world? Have they been to France? Have they been to Germany? Have they been to the Philippines? Have they been to India or been to China, Japan? No. And I'm like, well, what are you making your assumptions on? I've been to those countries, but I don't know enough about them to make that assumption. Everybody thinks they visit a country immediately makes them an expert about the country. No, it don't. If you just go to see the sights, what did you learn? You didn't learn a damn thing.
Yeah.
I mean, I go to a library, I go to a piece of theater, I dig into the culture, I listen to some people. That's how you learn about the culture.
Yeah, that's right.
You get more detailed. And the first thing you want to look at, if you want to understand any country of
But
its culture, the first thing you want to do is you want to see understand the production and distribution of the surplus. That in
listen,
Marx, it's called class analysis. You
listen.
do that, you'll have a perfect understanding of the culture, the art, and the music.
I just want to say something here
What?
to kind of squash this a little bit.
How are they?
The U.S. military usually doesn't get involved in stuff like that. But being what I was in the Navy, they sent the Navy in to get Manuel Noriega, who was not a drug dealer, but he was allowing the drugs to flow through his country to get into the United States.
Mhm.
Uh-huh.
They
Um,
went into his palace, snatched him right out of his bed, and he's out here in some federal prison out in the Midwest, living the rest of his life.
well, he's dead now. He was in Florida pressing license plates. But
Okay,
hey, G,
so no, he
the
wasn't pressing
foreigners,
license plates. He was locked away.
yeah, yeah, those foreigners need to understand what did the foreigners do? You go to somebody else's country, you must understand the rules apply to you in that country. You can't live by the same set of rules just because you're an American doesn't mean shit. You break a law in some other countries, you're going to pay for it. Like you go down to Mexico and show your ass, yeah, you're going to get dealt with. You go down there, you're going to be protected. You have a good time and not bother anybody, you're going to have a good time and nobody's going to bother you. Why? The cartel is watching you, yes, to make sure that you're having a good time and nobody bothers you. But if you show
So
your ass, you'll get dealt with. I go down to Mexico and Tijuana and Nuevo Laredo all the time
Yeah,
because the
yes,
cartel is always watching. Then they control the border on the other side. To a point, they control it.
Mm-hmm. And
But
yes,
you
good
go,
about the Christian. Yes, that's true. That's why I don't like to talk a lot of politics here because
well, this isn't politics.
Oh
This is the
wow.
way things
Okay.
are.
yeah,
This is just the way
No,
things
what
are.
they're saying in the chat,
people
it was just confusing me because I'm like, what?
yeah, yeah, it's right. And people, what they call this one, there's a lot of people doesn't know from the start he sit down that what he's doing.
Yeah.
Here in the Philippines the first time that he sit down, we call that tokhang. That's why there's a lot of people who's scared
Holy shit!
because of the tokhang. And then the tokhang meaning to yeah, to shoot a people, something like that. If you are
Yeah.
in the left, the tokhang, they are going to shoot you. They are not going
Hey,
to pick up you to put you in jail.
hey, G.
Oh,
That's your analysis. That may be true, but not of all the prisons there in the Philippines. But however, how many people are incarcerated? We're only 4% of the population here in the United States of the world. We're
oh,
only 4%, and look how many people we got more incarcerated people in this country than all the other countries combined. That gets you to
I
think
And
for a
saw,
minute.
I saw a
before,
movie.
before
I
we're
saw a
going to continue,
movie
guys, we are talking
in
about politics
Thailand
now,
prison.
and I do apologize. I will going to private this
It's
if I'm done
it's not
because I'm
politics.
scared.
It's just
Not
talking
just
about prison.
experience
No,
is
but
not
the chat is
proper.
talking about
If
mafias
I
and all of
GM, I
this,
yeah.
and you never know who's watching.
Yeah,
Hi
that's true.
everyone.
My
Kuya
Hey,
Dan,
experience is not the same for everybody, but what is everybody's experience? I mean, they go to another country, they think the Americans think that they're an expert because they went there. You can't buy your way into an experience and being an expert on a country. You can't
Uy,
buy
where
your
is
way
Jim?
there. You got to
Is that
actually dig in
recording
and learn.
by chance?
Oh,
Maybe
now you're
Kuya
going
Dan.
to change to my perspective. Yeah, that's true. It is my perspective, but I dug into the culture. Like I said, I'm not an expert. I don't know everything about those countries to make the assumption that the United States is the greatest country on the planet.
okay, you been to the Philippines, so how is it?
Yes, indeed.
I I f-
FYIG,
I
it's
I felt safer on the streets there in downtown Manila. We're talking
Hmm.
about a city that's bigger than New York City.
Well, he's talking about the mafia was doing bad stuff to the foreigners and the Filipinos. Okay,
That
well,
was what
I'm
we were
sure
being
they didn't
told
get
on the news.
the whole entire mafia.
That's
Because
what
if
we
it's
were.
the mafia, they're worldwide. I'm sorry to tell you,
Yeah,
but
we were told when you travel to the Philippines, you hear the rumors that you're told that, oh, stay away from Mindanao. The Muslims will kidnap you.
what?
No,
Yeah,
there are
yeah. My
Americans and
mom,
Westerners going to Mindanao all the time. You won't be bothered. You're just
my
hearing a
mom said
bullshit
at the
story and believing
airport.
it.
She said at the airport they get you. I said, oh my god, this is not taken. Okay, I said go sit down. Because the movie Taken, they get the two girls from the airport and they pretend to be a taxi driver,
Th-
and and then they end up taking them to their place, and they call the people and they come and they take them. The
Yeah,
movie Taken.
gee,
So,
this is not political talk. When you're
mom,
talking about dirte and bong bong, now that's political talk. What we're talking about is not political. It's because Americans make everything political. Oh, then it's political. No, it's not political. Most ridiculous thing we did was making the mask mandate a political issue. Wearing a mask. It's not political.
Hey, can you guys
Well,
hear me okay?
yes.
All right, I had
there's
to disconnect all my fancy equipment. I don't know. I'm just using the laptop camera.
okay.
I don't know what
Mami said
happened.
that there's nothing wrong with your perspective, Sean. It's just a fact. I'm saying I don't think we should talk about politics things.
I'm not talking politics.
Yeah,
I'm talking about culture and countries is what I'm talking about.
it's
And
all good. All
what
good.
I'm saying, what isn't fact that you've heard
Hi,
that I've
Robert.
said?
How you doing,
Good.
bud?
I'm interested to know that, Judy. Please tell
What's
me.
up? What's up,
What
Sean?
What is it? What is it that I said that isn't factual? No, you can make anything political. I can make me farting in this seat right now political if I wanted to, but I'm not stupid. It's ridiculous.
I missed something, didn't I?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
big
I
time.
Because
spilled coffee all over myself. That's the
yeah,
problem.
because Americans have made
Oh,
everything
Sorry,
political.
Dan. Sorry,
Me
Dan.
driving
Where were you?
me driving
oh,
down the street is political. Me breathing air is political. No, it's not. Let's not make everything political because it's not political. I'm talking culture in other countries is what I'm talking about, and that's not about talking politics. Or let's put it this way: political language that I would stay away from would be uh, like the mask mandate. I wouldn't talk about that. Now that's political language. I wouldn't talk about that. We talked about different presidents. Well, I was picking on them, is what I was doing, which is true. W.
Yeah.
Bush was a self-opening pinata. He was the funniest president we had. The comedians, hell, he did all the work for him. They'll tell you
Hey,
that.
by the way, we could always talk about this stuff anytime. But I want to share something with you guys. Let's see. I don't have my wide angle camera, but anyway, this shirt that I'm wearing, I just got in from Amazon. So this has 50. What's it called? The sun rating of 50 SPF or something like that.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
SPF.
Yeah,
And so
Amazon's right there.
they're not inexpensive shirts, but I'm gonna be wearing these shirts as I travel through, as Minnie and I travel through the Philippines, because I'll be wearing a short sleeve shirt over the top. But I like this shirt, except for one thing, right? It shows my nipples, even when I'm using an undershirt. So
Oh,
I might have to put band-aids over my nipples so they don't poke
no,
through
you
the
Oh
shirt.
didn't.
yeah, I'm from Ohio.
Look at this. Look.
Then stop.
Huh? Look.
You see what he's
See?
doing?
Kuya Jans, no, 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 no.
I even doubled the shirt and still you could see
Yeah,
my
you too.
nipples poking through.
Jess, may galap shout out, Jess.
Anyway, what do you guys think?
I just talked to an
I'm so
Amazon
close to the
employee.
banana,
He's
my
glad.
gulay. I
I
close
just
my
talked.
eye.
What brand is that? What brand is that you ordered then from the
I don't
shirt?
know. It's from Amazon. It's got this little thing on it. It's got this
Yeah,
little moniker.
I ordered Amazon too.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
but
just
okay. Yeah, I
it's
don't. Mine doesn't have a
it's
marker.
got this
yeah.
moniker. I don't know what it is really.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Even seeing the people walking in front of my truck, those are Amazon employees. The last guy just talked to me, and he's glad you got your shirt.
Oh, fantastic. Fantastic. So far, so good. I like it. It feels good, but it's not an inexpensive shirt, And I don't know what the material is, but the whole idea is to cover up when overseas so that I don't get burned. I don't get skin cancer. I lather myself in the sunscreen, that whole thing. I'm going to look like a regular tourist once we get over there.
Oh, Sammy, let me touch base one more time on this so everybody may
Uh-huh.
understand. When me and Sammy talk about the LGBTQ community,
Uh-huh.
being trans and everything, that's also political language here in the States.
I
So
don't even know
we're
what
not
all
allowed to
that
talk about that?
stands for. Hey, all I know, Sean, is they're probably going to add another letter or two to that, and
Yeah.
then I absolutely
Lesbian,
won't
gay,
get it.
bisexual, queer, and trans. That's what it means.
Can't we just come up with a one-letter, acronym or something, a three-letter acronym? I don't know.
Let's just call them happy. Because all of them I met were happy.
Happy people. There you go. That's a fantastic idea.
But you show your belly there. I'm so close to.
We got a lot of miserable straight people, living here in the U.S. of A. I just want to point that out. That might be political in nature too, to say.
Yeah. Are you happy now that I got my avatar up there, Dan?
Yeah, I'm very happy. It's a cool avatar.
I was gonna put the one up there with me sitting in my brother's Shelby.
That's why all the girls are screaming, saying, "Who's that Robert dude?" That's why all the Filipinas keep asking me,
Okay.
"Who's that handsome Robert dude?" You know, that looks so relaxed and handsome. Yeah, I said, I think he's taken. I'm not sure, but anyway,
I'm single, but not available.
not available.
Not available.
Oh, there's Sean.
But
Man,
look, I just want to tell everybody.
I love
I want to
truck
tell everybody. Look, I am not here to hurt anybody's feelings. I am here because we're all similarly situated. We're not billionaires and millionaires, okay?
Oh, wait,
We're
wait.
not a part
Hold
of the
on, Sean.
1%. We're a
Might as
part of the
well
99%. We're all situated the same. Hold on a second. And I am doing that to help you, not to hurt you,
Well, the
because I
millionaire
care.
thing, I don't know if I'm in that category or not, but you know, I cannot sit here and say that I'm not a millionaire.
Yeah. You're part of the 99%, like the rest of us.
No,
I own my own business. I'm
quite
not hurting for money, but I'm
quite
not in the
frankly,
1%.
hey, quite frankly, if you're considered rich, if you're more than $50,000, you know, or
Give me door nine.
$65,000 a year, something like that. Last time I looked, it wasn't a very high threshold, you know.
Oh, I
Hey,
get
you
the
know,
paperwork
and
back from you.
that worries me a little bit. And the reason why it worries me is because I'm not hurting for money. I don't think I worry about the YouTube community accepting me once I travel. You know, I'm not rich, I'm not wealthy, as you pointed out, but I'm not
Kuya,
poor.
it's an awesome because yeah, people would like to see a different place. That's why I have planned if I finish my whole thing here in my house, I have planned that to get yeah to credit a motorbike so I can travel and then take a video on the what they call this one, different places that like falls or beach or on a place. That is my plan because there's a lot of people asking that, and people is what they call this one, curious about the thing the places.
That's a
Hey,
cool idea.
Sammy. By the
Yes,
way,
Kuya Sean.
the security guard that just checked me in is a
Uh-huh.
Filipina. There's a Filipino,
Wow.
I should say. He's
Hey, are you getting ready to unload, Sean?
Yeah. I gotta get turned around and back into this door, and it's really tight in here. Makes you tighten up your butt cheeks.
I will blow out you, Kuya Sean.
It really
Blow
doesn't
out.
help tighten the butt cheeks up, but you just naturally do it anyway.
Well, you guys, hey,
Oh shit.
maybe instead of putting band-aids over the nipples, I need to get a bro. You guys remember that Seinfeld episode where it's not called a bra, it's called a bro. That's the
Uh-huh.
that's how the men keep their things under control, right?
Yeah. You tighten up your butt cheeks and hold your breath. That's all you can do.
If you've got 3 inches of clearance on either side, you're good to go, Sean.
We just back up until we hit something.
That's the methodology that I use.
I remember that Dan Lul by Mommy Judy.
Yeah, so Judy Fisher, do you know where I can buy a bro?
I know what a dobro is.
Get a bro from the bro store.
Yeah, that's the first guitar that they used as a slide before the steel guitar was invented. It was a
Oh, you're right.
dobro.
That's right. Because Leonard Skinner did a song about that, and they used it in the lyrics.
Well, as you know, I'm starting to get very happy because our departure is coming, and it's a madhouse around here. I'm spending hours in front of the computer just transposing my passwords, so I don't have to carry a bunch of index cards around. I'm amazed at how many passwords I have for different things. You know, I got over 100, and I can't put them all on one page. I'm putting them on index cards so that I can look them up alphabetically. I don't know if that's a good idea or not.
If I by G say that I can tell Sean driver a manual 10 speed load. Yes, you guys it well if I by G, you are 10 speed, Kuya Sean, right?
I can't read the chat at the moment. I'll get back with you.
Okay.
Hey, look, hey, Sammy, check this out. So, 10 speed load. 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 I don't know if you could see this, but this is a backpack.
Wait, kuya, wait. I will come back to the layout. I can't
See,
see it yet. Wait,
see
it's
this
blocking.
backpack?
Nice.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to convince my wife to go minimalist on this trip, to only
To
pack
give it.
7 days
Don't.
worth of clothes.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
right.
impossible.
Convince
Yeah,
the
but look at
wife.
this. Look at this. I got this netting stuff that came with it that helps you organize your clothes inside this backpack. Now I don't know if
Wow.
you know it, but they sell all kind of clothes for travel. They're wrinkle free. They're stuff that you could wash out in the sink of your hotel room and then hang them up inside the bathroom to dry. And they're supposed to dry within minutes. And this
Yeah,
is
it's called dry
fantastic.
fit.
This shirt is one of them, but I also got underwear, t-shirts, I got pants, I
What
got
kind of underwear?
T-bag. Yeah.
shirts.
Dry
How
fit.
about the T-bag?
What's that? Oh,
How about the T-bag?
oh, the two back. No, but they are very skimpy looking panties, I must admit.
I,
No, they
I
feel
took I took
silky.
you as a Joe Boxer guy like me,
Dan, I
Wait,
Dan.
just,
wait.
yeah, go ahead.
I took you as a Joe Boxer guy like me.
No, I am, except that when you're traveling, you want some kind of underwear that you could wash out real quickly in the sink, and then you hang the panties on the line. And so I was able
Use
to
the
find
plastic
those.
one, kuya. Yeah,
I'd
use
love
the plastic one.
I'd
It's
love to
easy to
show them to
find.
you, but the problem is they're so, the thing is they're so large, they would probably be like 4 times the size of the panties that Sammy wears.
Yeah,
Wait,
I
wait.
I also wear boxer briefs. That's because it's like the novelty boxers are becoming out of style, which is a
Right.
Debbie Downer. And I have a pair of boxer briefs on. Hold on a second. I gotta move this over.
Using a
Show us
boxer
a
is so
pair.
easy.
Show us a pair, Sean.
Oh, I am. I gotta switch my
Ay,
camera around.
gulay. Ay!
Okay. Well, blow my screen up, Sammy.
All right, let's see what you got, man. Let's see what you got.
Kuya San! May gulay,
Don't be
kuya
Sammy,
San.
shy.
blow screen up.
We don't want to
He's
see it all. Don't be shy.
I will
Oh,
close my
that's
eyes.
the one.
holy
Ay,
shit.
kuya
Oh,
San!
Oh my.
you're a
Star Wars.
Wow!
classy dude.
Hey.
You
I
are
got
a
the
classy dude.
Tie Fighter, X-wing, and I
Yeah.
think I got Yoda on my ass.
I hope
I don't know.
Oh my gulay,
Yoda on my
Yoda.
ass.
I hope we don't get banned.
It's not nudity, but see, I've lost so much weight, man. My pants have a hell of a time staying up because every time we're doing something, I go back to get a water out of my refrigerator, and Sammy sees my ass in my boxer shorts.
Hey,
Oh
I'm down
shit.
20 pounds. I feel
Oh
so good
shit.
about that. 20 pounds and heading south. So,
You're good, Dan. Once you get over the Philippines, start eating the food, you'll drop weight.
Oh
Just
my
watch
god,
it,
my poor
oh, I know because
eyes.
it's fresh food and it's low carb, and that's what I'm doing.
and it's not full of high fructose corn syrup.
Right.
That's another
Thank
one.
God. Thank God for that. Except
Because
everybody wants to go to Jollibee and McDonald's for lunch.
yeah, don't let it happen to you like it did me. You hop on the back of a jeepney, and it takes off on you, and your shorts fall down to your knees.
Oh, no. No. I got all that covered. I got a plastic clasp belt. I'm wearing it. I don't know if I want to show you that, but anyway, it's a belt that it's an old Boy Scout belt that you clasp. You
Very
clasp.
nice over there.
Yeah, I got my Star Wars ones on. I got a lot of different Scooby Doo ones, and I got just about every superhero. When I saw, I never heard of it.
Judy
Marvel, they have
Fisher.
Iron Fist. They have
Judy
Iron
Fisher.
Fist.
She's traumatized. We
The-
They,
traumatized Judy Fisher.
well,
my
I
eyes
got,
are bothering me.
I like wearing when I'm gonna get lucky. I like wearing my Iron Man or Superman. But I saw the Iron Fist ones and I bought them. I'm like, Iron Fist, is that porn? I didn't know what it was. What's Iron Fist?
Yeah, hey, dude, you know which ones that I like? I like my Pinocchio boxers.
Oh my
every
god.
time every time I tell a lie, you know what happens. Those are my Pinocchio boxers.
Yeah, I can't wear jockey shorts or speedos. My junk just will not fit in them. I'm like, no.
Hey, these are very comfortable. I'm just saying. The ones that I'm wearing are very, very comfortable. They're silky, you know.
Like
and
Sammy.
they give a little extra room where you need it.
Yeah, Dan, check this out.
Okay.
When I worked retail, I got to share this joke because I shared it with Sammy already. When I worked retail, they had called me up. I worked in the produce department at Kroger for 17 years. They called me up to help run a register to get the customers' lines down. And this lady showed up. She had two potatoes and those real thin plastic see-through bags you put your produce in. And she had two potatoes. And this
Uh-oh, I
lady
think I heard
behind
this
her,
joke. Uh-oh, I'm closing
this
my
lady,
ears.
oh, you don't want to hear it?
I already heard
Uh,
it.
oh,
Sorry,
the lady
sorry,
behind
Sammy.
her, the lady behind her saw the two potatoes. She goes, "Oh my God, those look just like my husband's balls." And she goes,
Oh
"What,
my
are they that
God.
big?" She goes, "No, they're that dirty."
Oh, boing. Hey, Frozen Hearted, how you doing?
And the young kid that bought the condoms and the old man with the cane said, "Are you buying those?" He's nudging with his cane. He's like, "Yeah." He was embarrassed. He goes, "Well, don't use them all in one place."
Yeah, exactly. Hey,
It's like the money. Don't spend it all in one place. I died, man. I was like, that is hilarious.
Hippy Dippy is on the line
Robert,
also.
Robert, be glad you weren't up here because you had problems already with your eyes. You would have went blind. Cause Sean just dropped his
Yeah.
pants.
Yeah,
I
your eyes will
apologize,
shoot through the
I
screen.
apologize, guys. A phone call came through and kicked me off the StreamYard.
Oh no, you'll be thankful because Sean just dropped his pants. Literally. And showed his front of his boxers and
Yeah,
his
I
yeah,
back.
did.
yeah. Some of the Panays and the BG are like, come on now, show that stuff.
Food,
Oh my
I bet you
god.
they were there. I
cracking me
bet you
up.
they were there. Like, come on, show that stuff.
Food is cracking me up.
What
Cause
the
look,
fuck?
160 Panays saw
I
my
tell you
revenge
right
video.
now, no.
Oh man, I'm telling you.
Sammy told me that 160 Panays saw my revenge video,
Oh my
and I'm
god.
like, whoa. Unless there was a Panay that watched it, a few dozen
Oh
times.
my god.
Hey, hey,
First politics, then it
folks
goes to the
watching. I don't know if you know this
nipples.
or not, but it's always better. I don't know if Sammy wants me to say this or not, but it's always better to send the cash rewards, if you will, to Sammy's PayPal account. As a matter of fact, that kind of goes for anybody's account because,
They're not paying her. They're not paying her.
yeah, that's
Which
right.
they should.
And they take commission. They take commission off the top. And so we don't see the full amount. So whenever I always send, if I want to support someone's channel, I always will go discover their PayPal account if I don't already know it.
Yeah,
So,
and plus, if you give out a super chat, when you do that, some people are prudes and say, "Oh, they must be fucking," or they have a relationship. I had that done to me many times. I said during Darren's celebration and that contest, every time I gave a super chat, I'm like, "No, me and Darren are not in a relationship."
oh, but you know how I am. You know how I am, Sean. I like to see my name plastered on the screen when I give money. So what I do is I'll send up $1 onto the super chat or super sticker or whatever it is. I'll send up $1 and then I'll go ahead and send the rest through the PayPal. And that way I get the best of both worlds.
Oh, I didn't know. I didn't think of that. That's a
Yeah.
good idea.
So then I get my ego massaged, and then I also I also feel good because the money went to directly to the
Well,
YouTube channel.
I really don't have an ego.
Yeah.
And what do you call this one, Kuya Dance? If Filipina would like to send the prices to Gcash, I'm the one will going to send to them. Kuya Sean will send me the PayPal, and then I'm the one will send to them Gcash.
And plus,
Right.
I only send it to people who really need it. Now, Darren didn't really need it, but Darren uses it to donate to charities. The people that in the landslide. But back then, it was the hurricane that destroyed a lot of people's homes there in the Philippines. But now it's all being donated to the people that were affected by the landslide.
Man, I'm
Lots.
telling you, $5 or $10 goes a long way, as you know, Sean. It goes a long way in the Philippines.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, housing is not really important, but make sure those people got fresh food and fresh water. That's what is important. That's going to keep people alive. It's not.
Yeah.
It's bad enough they lost like what, a couple hundred people in that landslide, right?
Yeah, it was horrible.
And children, no doubt.
Yeah, it's horrible. If you saw the pictures floating around on Facebook,
Yeah, I saw the
it's hard to
video.
watch. It's very, very hard to watch.
It looked
And I'm
like
a
someone was recorded it.
yeah. And I got 4 kids, and usually what I see happen to children, parents can relate to this. When you see other kids being affected like that, you see your kids. It's
That's
different
right.
when you're a parent.
Yeah.
Sure is. I agree. So give often. Give to Sammy.
Show the
And
love.
Kuya San,
Show the love.
give already to my nephew ice cream. Kuya San, thank you so much for giving ice cream to my nephew.
Thank
Yeah,
you,
the first
Sean.
sure. The first time I donated was to Des Hangout Heaven. And she was like, "Wow, that's gonna buy a lot of rice." I'm like, "Well, don't buy rice with it. Buy a steak or some ice cream for the kids." I didn't know that term. Wow, that's a lot of rice. I'm
Yes,
like, don't
Kuya
buy
San,
rice,
because
buy all that other stuff.
100 Kuya San can brought 200 kilo of rice. Only rice.
Rice, the price of rice is going crazy right now in the Philippines.
Yeah, 2,200 per socks. And one
Wow.
sock equivalent
How
to
mu-
50 kilo.
how
Wow.
much rice is that, Sammy? I don't know how
What
much
Kuya
that
San?
is. For 2,000 peso, how much rice do you get?
50 kilos.
And how much is that?
About maybe
Somebody in the
five,
metric system?
five.
2,200.
Dan, you know the metric system? I can't
How much?
remember.
Almost 250.
I
How
think
much
it's
is that?
5 pounds. I think maybe 5 or 6 pounds.
So that's like a huge sack of rice that they put on the bottom shelf at the grocery store, right?
Yeah, did you see already the rice that I brought in my birthday, right? That I show you in video call.
Yeah, but it's hard to tell how big it
Is
is.
that a full sack or a half a sack? That's a full sack, right?
Full sacks ko yeah, what is it kilo, and then I'm the one will carrying that come here in my house. I put it on my shoulder. I'm strong. Yeah, bro.
Yeah, but if that is about the size of a 5 pound bag of potatoes, I'm guessing that
No,
much
it's a little
rice
bit.
will
I think
last
it's
you a
more
month,
than that.
Sammy.
Isn't it more than that? That can last a month, can it?
Oh yeah, she got
Yeah,
enough rice. It,
for
if it's just her.
for my family, Kuya Dance is not going to last 1 month. It only
Right.
what the first one, it only two
Yeah,
to three weeks.
but if it's
2 to
just you,
3 weeks.
Sammy, that would last you a couple months if it's just you.
Yeah, for me, oh my gulay. That's why I only brought 10 kilos rice. Because they have mini what they call this one, mini socks there that they package it 10 kilos, 5 kilos, and then I choose 10 kilos because I have Oscar here.
Judy Fisher came up with the answer. She Googled it. 50 kilo is 110 pounds.
Oh Jesus, that's a lot of rice.
Yeah,
According
it's a big
wow,
bag, but
Yeah, that's
you
like
try
a huge
me
bag of potatoes.
yeah, I think they buy usually in 50-pound bags,
kilos,
50-pound sacks, if I'm not
Shit,
mistaken.
oh
you
wow.
How much
that's
is a USD?
about $40.
It sort of gives you an idea of how much rice they eat in the
Yeah,
Philippines.
yeah,
Well,
but
it's
that big.
You know what?
the staple of their diet.
Right, but the rice
Yeah,
ain't the same. It's imported,
but
and that's
yeah,
the dangerous part about it.
yeah.
That's
That
processed,
rice,
yeah, processed
that
and
much,
bleached, and
yeah,
that's the problem with it.
Oh
that much
shit.
rice. Just Sammy alone, that would last you 6 months, Sammy. A big sack of
No,
rice like that. Oh
um,
my God.
no, kuya, because the 10 kilos of rice that I always brought, it can last only 2 weeks on me because I have
Oh,
Oscar here.
Dan, did you have your Filipino wife try rice aroni? Did she like it?
Oh, I'd never do that. I would never.
Oh, rice aroni's the shit.
Yeah,
They would like that more than they would regular rice.
no, stuff like that. Products like that are poison.
Rice aroni's good though.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Well, that's why it's so tasty. That's why it's so tasty.
I didn't know it was poison.
I mean, it's
Look back
poison
look
to
back
me.
on the
I
ingredients of
mean,
rice
stuff. I
aroni,
didn't say
dude.
rice aroni and that particular brand, but I'm just saying stuff like that. Is kind of not good for you.
Yeah.
Well, that sucks. I never knew
You
that.
see, the best rice to buy is native rice from the Philippines.
Yes, it is.
where they don't process all that garbage. The problem
Yeah.
is that the Philippines is becoming a lot like the West, and they want white bread, they want white
But
rice, they want
there's a
wheat.
lot of native rice here in the province, Kuya Dan.
Yeah.
The smell of rice is so, oh, so awesome.
Arkansas is our #1 state that grows rice. When you drive through Arkansas, that's all there is rice fields everywhere or cotton.
Yeah,
But
used to be Sacramento.
Sammy, isn't the 50 kilo rice hard to find?
No, it's so easy.
It's easy.
Yeah, Filipino only need money. That's why.
Yeah, but in Southeast Asia, I thought
My
that's all
friend
they
says she
grew.
can only find a 25 pound.
Well, it's the way they.
Because here in my province is the number second what do you call this one what do you call this one second I can't pronounce it. It's in my brain, my
It's
gulay.
okay. It's okay.
Like Vietnam, Cambodia, all the southeastern
Don't worry.
countries.
Industrial farming's taking over, and the industrial processing of rice is taking over.
Second source of
Oh,
income here.
okay.
First source of income here is fishing. Second is rice, and third is sugar cane.
Yes.
Fourth is
Sugar. I know that. Yeah.
Oh, I seen the kids had a stick of sugar cane and they were chewing on it, and they're like,
rice.
they gave me one. And I'm like, what is this? I thought it was bamboo. I crunch and I'm like, ooh, this is actually really good.
Hi,
Yeah,
Leonard.
Oh,
that's
Leonard.
real candy right there.
Oh yeah.
Pure sugar.
Yeah.
Raw
Yeah.
form.
Yeah.
I thought it was bamboo at first, though. I'm like,
You ever
they're
notice,
eating
Sean,
bamboo.
how the Coca-Cola tastes different
I'll be
from
right
in the
back,
United
Sammy.
States and in Mexico? If you buy a can of Coke, it tastes delicious in Mexico. And then in the United States, it tastes different. The reason why is because they use fructose sugar in the Coke here and other additives. And in Mexico, they're still using pure cane sugar.
Yeah, they're talking about putting the cocaine back in the Coca-Cola. See, back
I'm
in the
all for
50s,
it.
that's why
I'm all for it.
like back in the 50s, that's why they put the straw at the top of the bottle.
Well, I've seen them take sugar cane and put it in a drink, and you would suck through the sugar cane.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
there you go.
sugar cane straws. I've seen those too.
Yeah. So I mean, it's totally different than when you get something that you go buy in the grocery store in a bag. I know the difference because I've had both. So
You'd kill a diabetic though. You put them in a coma.
Well, I think rice is one of the reasons why we have a diabetic epidemic, a global diabetic epidemic, because the majority of the population of the world eats rice, and so it's not the same rice that they used to grow.
Yeah, but I'd rather eat rice than have a bunch of food with a bunch of high fructose corn syrup. That's why
rice is already processed with all kinds of chemicals.
Yeah, the stuff we get here in the States. Yeah.
Yeah. Stay away from it.
I mean, you get it straight from. I mean, just like corn or anything else. I mean, if you get an ear of corn in the store, I mean, you got to consider
corn.
how many people have handled it, the pesticides they've shot all over it, and I mean I don't know. I mean, it's crazy. They don't process food like they used to.
Corn makes the best moonshine.
Yeah, but
makes good fuel too.
I realize I could be, at times a little bit dogmatic, but I've often thought that, one of the goals of the U.S. was to keep everybody fat and happy and a little bit sluggish, and so one way you could do that, of course, is through food. If you control the food, you control the health care, you control the flow of money, then you control the population of the people.
Yeah.
Those are just thoughts that cross my mind every now and again.
That's a good point.
I mean, it's so hard.
That's what I said earlier.
Yeah, it's so hard.
I told him earlier.
It's a struggle. It's a mindset. You have to work at it because if you're going through the food aisle at your grocery store, all you see is junk on the shelf. And now it's happening in the Philippines. I mean, has anybody been into the Metro Mart lately? the S&R market catering to the Westerners. I mean, it's crazy. Everything that you need in there, all the stuff that's sold here in the States is now being sold in the Philippines.
And of course,
That's
they
bad.
found another market to market it.
Yeah.
That's what I was saying earlier. You got these people that are like 300-400 pounds wearing these shirts, say these colors don't run. Well, your colors can't run.
And we're
That's why I was
talking
making
about
that joke.
corn chips, Hershey bars, rice-a-roni, you know, all that stuff is available. You know?
Well, so Dan, for me, like I said, when I suffered the stroke over a year and a half ago, I changed my whole diet altogether.
Right.
I mean, and I'll be the first one to admit to you, I love salt. I love it. Salt went on everything I ate, and now I have to use this stuff they call what is the name of it? My doctor actually is the one that recommended it to me. No salt's what it's called. It's a
Yeah, that's
salt.
pretty old.
It's a salt alternative. But you know, anything and saltier the better. That's the way I love stuff. But I had to watch it now because going through that experience, man, it humbled me, man. It woke me up.
Good for you. I'm glad.
You go a year without touching a salt shaker. Eventually, your taste buds and everything will adjust. I haven't touched a salt shaker since I was a kid. I don't add any salt to my food.
Yeah, I also heard, you know, because I'm still in the process, as you can see, I'm wearing a nicotine patch. I'm in the process that I'm trying to quit smoking, and they say once you quit smoking, that your taste and your smell will come back too. And
so Leonard's making a good point here. That is why the American food pyramid has the entire bottom row is grain.
Yeah, very true. I mean, because I think in the States right now, the major crops is corn.
Oh wait, Judy said she found me a man bra.
Yeah, we need people to grow wheat. I was talking to my local farmers that their kids go to school with my kids, and I told them, I said, didn't y'all think of this? I said, we're going to need wheat really bad, and the price of it's going to skyrocket. So you're going to double or triple your money instead of growing corn or beans. Grow wheat.
What's more profitable for a corn farmer, Sean, to get more money growing it for fuel?
Hey, thank you, Judy. You know what?
No,
when you get older, there are several challenges also, Robert. You know, it's not only the challenge of food and being healthier. You know, it's also that your breasts start to collapse. They start to fall. You know, everything starts to. In some cases, gravity is good. In other cases, gravity is very, very bad.
Listen, bro,
I just want to point that out.
I look in the mirror now, Dan.
Yeah.
And when I was in my late 20s and in my 30s, everything was up here, and then the arms. Well, that all dropped down.
Listen, we have a lot of battles that we have to fight.
But I gotta take. Sorry, Dan. Go ahead.
It's okay.
I got to take care of other health issues like the knee before I can work on toning my upper body and getting rid of the stomach.
Well, here they go hand in hand, you know, because the weight could be causing a problem on the knee.
Oh, it is, and it's causing other problems like my gait, the way I walk.
Right.
My lower back sometimes just kills me.
It's because if you have belly,
of the way I walk.
if you have a belly, then you'll have lower back problems.
Well, I do have, but I mean, my right side of my lower back. If I'm on my feet and walking for a long period of time, my lower back will start to hurt.
Yeah, Robert,
Yes,
Robert, I wanted to tell you about the wheat process. There's going to be a major shortage of wheat.
Adjust your mic, Sean. I can't hear you.
Yeah, there's going to be a major shortage of wheat. Okay, you want to grow wheat because you're going to make more money growing wheat than you will corn or beans. Even though corn makes the E85 fuel, yes,
yeah,
but you're still going to make more money growing wheat because the price is going to skyrocket because there's not going to be enough to go around. Well, I think it was like 60% of the wheat that is grown in the world is not going to be processed this year. We're going to have a major shortage.
Yeah, well, I don't know enough about that to make a comment on it, Sean. I mean, you're probably right because you do a lot of reading and you research that, and I respect a lot of the things you say.
That's why I told my local farmers, you want to grow wheat because the price is going to skyrocket and you're going to make more money doing wheat than you are corn or beans.
Yeah.
We got plenty of corn and beans.
I mean,
we'll never run out of corn.
Yeah, when I was out in Indiana, Sean, I just every time I passed the cornfield, it just like had like sun or this field belongs to Sunoco or whatever. I mean, they actually post the signs on their fields of who they're growing for.
Yeah, you go out there a week before 4th of July in a field. I've done it many a time. You can go out there and pick a bunch of ears of corn, shuck it, boil it, knead it. Oh my God, it's good.
Yeah,
that's when you pay. That's when it's just right. Big ears too.
Yeah, my grandpa used to grow. Yeah, my grandpa used to grow a lot of stuff. I mean, when he was younger and he still had his leg, he was a tobacco grower. He grew tobacco, and but when he retired and lost his leg, he just pretty much turned, not in big quantities, just a garden enough for him, family, stuff like that.
Judy, as long as you got a nice booty to twerk with, he won't kick you out of bed.
Well, all I can say is if you're twerking, I ain't working. That's all I can say.
Oh my God. By the way, Dan, I like your Jolly Bee avatar.
Do I go out that way?
I don't think Dan heard me.
Yeah, something about the avatar.
No, I like your Jolly Bee avatar.
Yeah.
Jolly Bee.
I think it's cool.
It is cool.
That was a picture that Coach Mavs, I asked him to take for me when he was at the Jolly Bee, and I think it was in Bye Bye, as a matter of fact.
Oh, really?
Bye Bye.
That's a place in the Philippines.
Oh, okay.
That's where Dan's going to be moving to, correct?
Cool.
That's right. Bye Bye City. That's a future tourist expat destination. As a matter of fact, a whole bunch of expats already live there. I mean, it's amazing. It's not unusual at all to see. I mean, tons of expats there as you're walking through, doing your morning stroll down, going into the Dunkin' Donuts at the Prince Mall or downtown across from the public market. You see expats everywhere. Even people from my own hometown live there.
Just call me a spat. I don't want to be called an expat.
Expat. Yeah, that's right. Tell you the truth, I don't like that term too much myself.
I left my ex behind. I'll just call me spat.
What is that? What does that mean?
Expatriate, which you're really not. You're really a patriot. You're just not living in the States.
Oh, so they call you expat. Oh, that's messed up.
Yeah, it's sort of like, it probably does have, I don't know what the history of that term is, but it probably does have a negative connotation, because it's sort of like, you're turning your back on your country and you chose to live abroad. But I got to tell you, it's more popular now than ever. People are living all over the world. Americans, there's something like 10 to 15 million living all over the world, the majority in Mexico. And I think the Philippines is way down the list of chosen countries for people to live. And I think it has a lot to do with infrastructure. Retirement, people just want a hassle-free life. They don't want to have to worry about power going out, not having use of the internet, not being able to pay their bills. And one other reason why the number one country for former Americans or Americans living abroad, why it's number one is because if you need health care, you just bounce over the border. It's only a couple of hours flight away. And you got to love that idea. I mean, the whole thing is we have to maintain our health insurance. and all that other stuff here in the States, but we don't get to take advantage of it because we'll be in the Philippines, and then we can't use Medicare or the supplemental plans in the Philippines. So that's one of the issues.
Yeah, your money will go a lot farther in the Philippines too.
Then you have a
does go a lot
question in the
further.
chat.
For now, it
But
does anyway.
but Judy, she asked, "Do you mean ballet, 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 ballet?" Do you see the question?
Do you mean bale bale? Bye-bye late, Mommy, Mommy Judy.
Bye-bye
Balik
is
mo yan, Bak.
Bye-bye. It's there are a lot of towns in the Philippines called Bye-bye, and that's because they're Bayside, and so that's why it's called Bye-bye Leyte. It's right in the central part of Leyte, and so that would be
Yeah.
south of Ormoc and north of what's it called, Mason, or how do you pronounce it? Way down there in the southern tip, where Tim K lives with his beautiful wife Christy.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, there are a lot of vloggers on Leyte right now. There must be at least a dozen.
Wow.
So. Hey, by the way, I want to talk about that YouTube and vlogging. Since Minnie and I are going to be vlogging as we make our way over to Thailand and then eventually the Philippines. There was a guy, I think it's called Channel 13 Asia, who just got on YouTube and posted a video saying that he's quitting, that he no longer wants to do it, and that's because he said he doesn't want to. I think I'm not taking words out of his mouth, but he was very, very focused on the money, part of it, and I'm not so focused on the money part of it. I'm more focused on bringing, dreams, to people's living room, and so it has very, very little to do with the money. The other thing he was upset about was the fact that YouTube vloggers, they pander to their viewers and they blow guys like him out of the range of views. One example he was giving was that every time he does a video of walking street in Angeles City, he ends up getting 1,000 views in less than 24 hours. But whenever he goes to a restaurant to review the food, his views start to tank. And so he's tired of having to pander to his viewers because he doesn't like going down Walking Street and showing things like the clubs and the girls going to work. And you know what? I fully understand that. But the way that I view stuff like that is that it's okay. You know what I mean? It's okay pander has a negative connotation to it, but in my opinion, it's okay to get viewers coming to your channel by going down and videotaping the touristy parts of town, and so, but everyone knows Walking Street in Angeles City is a red light district, and that may make people feel a little bit uncomfortable, but not me. And so because that is part of the culture, and the history of that part of the Philippines, Clark Air Force Base, and it's part of the history, and it's simple as that. And so I most likely will be putting up a video of Walking Street, Angeles City, and I hope that people don't hate on me for doing that. But
Yeah, well, no, there are some men that are into that sort of thing, and there's some men who ain't. And here's why: it's because the reason why I could never do it, is because of the disconnect. The girl is not in it for your pleasure like you think she is. She wants to get out of there as quickly as possible and just get the money. That's all it is.
Well,
and me, I can't have sex one-sided. I'm in it to please the woman.
There are more than one reasons why they go there, Sean, and one reason that was told to me as I visited there many, many times is that they're looking for a husband. And so one way they could attract a husband is to go where foreigners hang out, and so that's one of the main objectives.
But see, but for the most part, they're there just to make money. That's all.
Well, no, I don't know about that. A great majority of the ones that I talked to said their main objective was to find a mate.
Yeah. Well, in the end game is when I get intimate like that, I'm into pleasing the woman
Right.
because a lot of guys are just in it for themselves. They can care less about the woman.
Sure,
Well,
sure. I
that's why
understand
they
that.
suck.
I understand that part of it.
What part is that, Sean? Right there.
Getting off and not worried about what the partner
No,
right.
Yeah.
what area is that
What's the
they?
area that Clark Air Force Base created in order to entertain the troops
That
Well,
they
it's the
when they
same
had
way.
shoot.
It's the
downtime?
same way when the Navy was where they were, Dan. The same thing
Yeah.
happened there.
Right, Subic Bay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the big place is in Makati on P. Burko Street.
Wow.
Right.
I mean, wherever you're going to have military like that, there's going to be activity like that.
Oh.
And the reason why I know about P. Burko Street is because I was wandering around and ended up down there, and I didn't realize where I was until they caught up with me and like, do you know where you are? I'm like, no. Am I in Manila or Makati? They're like, no, 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 no. Do you know where you are? I'm like, what does that mean? You're in the red light district. I'm like, where are the red lights?
Hey, Sammy,
I
um,
would have said that too.
Leonard asked a question. Can't you use Medicare in Guam?
Yes, but it's going to cost you a little bit of money because
Yeah, I think it
the
only covers like
copayment system is
75%,
different.
doesn't it?
Yeah, it's a different system. I mean, because it's not your home. Like when you apply for Medicare, you have to put your zip code in. That's because they're going to hook up with managed care providers that are in your area.
Yeah.
So they
Anyway.
contract with them. You know, it's a network of providers. So the
Uh-huh.
thing is that when you go to Guam, that's outside of your network of providers, and so they will treat you there absolutely, but it'll cost you a little bit of money. You know, the co-payment structure is different from what I understand. So,
Until we join the rest of humanity, and especially in Europe when we have universal health care. That'll work.
well, I think it's coming to a state near you because, you know, California keeps trying to push it through. They come at it sideways any way they can in order to break down the
Well,
barriers. But you have to take the profit out of medicine for this to be able to work. And they
yeah,
are
well,
working, you
yeah,
know.
exactly. But they don't want to leave any billionaire behind. We got to protect their billionaire lifestyle because we got to let those people that dream of having that life still have that dream, which is never going to happen.
It's hard to do both. It's hard to do both at the same
Yep.
time. And Leonard is saying you have to put out desired content, and that's kind of the way that I am. You have to actually put content out that people are going to want to watch, and I think that there's no shortage of opportunities to come up with content. So Minnie and I will be traveling all over Thailand. We'll be bringing you mostly the stuff that has already been done on YouTube 10 and 20 times and 100 million times over. But the thing is, every time you do the video on things like Chiang Mai and the White Temple in Chiang Rai and the Golden Triangle, it gets hella views. It doesn't matter who's putting out the video. Oftentimes,
Hey,
people
Dan.
just want to see it. They want to dream it. They want to be part of your experience.
Yeah. Hey, Dan. It goes along with what I was saying about just because you go to a country does not make you an expert on that country. Like I've been to the Philippines twice, and I didn't know nothing about lechon.
Mhm.
I've just recently learned about it, and I'm like, why the hell didn't I know about it when I was there? Well, we didn't get around to it, I guess. But there's a lot of things I do know, but I never claimed to be an expert. There's a lot I do know.
I know about it now since Sammy posted that video.
Yeah. If I'd have known about lechon when I went over in 16, I'd be like, hey, let's do this.
Yeah, if you Google it, they're not organized networks. They're by zip code. So let's say that you have recommended hospitals. You know, if you want to learn more about it, you could go to medical.gov, and you'll learn a lot there. But yeah, I would never have an Advantage plan because it's too much money, and it doesn't give you get more opportunity with a supplemental plan.
Yeah,
So
Dan,
you
I
gotta,
spent.
just look at, hey, Leonard, go look up in Google, can I use my Medicare in Guam? And then you read those articles.
Well, my understanding, when my
scoop.
research, Dan, was
yeah,
you can use it there, but it only covers like 75%. You're responsible for the other 25%.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Dan, I've been.
Okay.
And
I spent.
and it has to be approved that
Yeah.
that you can use it abroad.
Emergencies are covered, would be covered there.
I've been
Emergency,
in the hospital in the
Okay.
Philippines for a day and a half, so
they'll pay.
I know a little bit about this. And
They'll reimburse you.
the nurses were excellent and the staff.
Yes.
When I came to after having that concussion, I had 6 Pinays standing around my bed with clipboards like this, with a smile on their face. I thought I died and gone to heaven.
No, you get great care in the
Oh my
Philippines.
God.
I'm certainly not afraid. I'm not afraid at all, and I'm willing to pay cash.
Sorry,
Yeah,
I
guys.
called.
I would
Oh,
not
but
go there without having a medical plan, medical fund in case something happens. You know,
But I didn't know. Oh, I'm sorry.
Many will have Phil Health, and then I'll be buying a supplemental plan through one of the carriers there.
Yeah, you said it's
And
the end.
myself, the same thing.
The end plan. You said it, wasn't it?
Plan N, because that's what I could afford to pay for every month. Plan
N,
N,
N as in Nancy, right?
yes, supplemental Plan N is guaranteed co-payment, so you know exactly how much you're going to pay every time you go to the doctor.
Yeah.
But I do pay an additional $93 per month for that. If you go with an Advantage plan, the cost for me would have been an additional $300 per month, and it wouldn't have had all the benefits. One more thing, with a Plan N, all emergencies overseas are covered.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. The thing is the way Dan kind of made me understand. If I go over the way it is now, if I'm in the Philippines, the only thing that I could go in for is emergency service.
Right.
I wouldn't be able to go see a specialist or a regular practitioner.
Ruby's here. I'm sorry, Robert.
It would come out of pocket.
Yeah.
But I was treated good, and I had a concussion because I got hit in the head with a ceiling fan.
Oh, I hate when that happens. You got to
Stop swinging from the ceiling fans.
The ceilings are lower there in the Philippines there, Sean.
They're right above my plane of sight, but low enough to crack me in the head, and that's what happened.
Damn.
But I called that first Pinay. They were telling me about it. I didn't know about it. I grabbed her hand, and I called her mom, and then my friend was said, "You were spouting a lot of game to that nurse." I'm like, I didn't know nothing about it.
No, hey, Robert, Leonard's right. You know, that's why you need a supplemental plan. But Leonard, what you're missing is it depends on the procedure, as Robert was pointing out. It was not only the cost that he was talking about, but it was also getting the pre-approval for the procedures. They could very well tell you, come home to get it done. You cannot have it done in Guam.
And then that's why I'm going to tap into my VA benefits.
Right, because VA will cover the
fact. You know,
Right,
it'll be 100% covered.
100% covered. Exactly right.
I mean,
so these are important things that
it would be a hassle then to have to go to Guam. But see, that's only if something major happens.
It's only if you can't get to Hawaii or mainland, you know, really.
Yeah.
Hey, Sammy?
If you're okay to travel, you're good.
Sammy, your country is going to explode, and it's going to turn into an old folks home for American men.
Yes, it is true. But thank God there'll be enough Filipinos hanging around that are willing to take care of us. See,
there's people in chat.
Cheaper to go to the Philippines than it is to go to a assisted living facility here in the United States.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why. That's why you're
because assisted living here takes their entire check, whatever they get,
and more.
And more.
And the other thing is, they can take your house away from you. If you exceed the cost, they can put a lien on your assets. That's the other problem here in the States. So if you have
get off my ass.
Yeah. Exactly. And so
I make a joke about that word.
Listen, it doesn't matter. You're not getting out of this life alive anyway. So what the heck?
Well, they say you pay when you come in, and you pay when you go out.
That's right. You pay, and you pay forever.
So it is what it is.
It is what it is. Exactly.
Well, then what is it?
That's right.
Then what is it?
a regular
You
citizen.
come into this world, you come into this world, you're paying, and you go out of this world, you're paying. I mean, I just find it ridiculous. Like when my father, thank God he was a veteran, but the check that Social Security sends my mom, $250 something for his burial,
Yeah.
that doesn't even pay for the flowers.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's
and you got to get
Damn.
a casket, you got to get a casket and a plot, and
Yeah, no, I'm not going out that way.
yeah,
What's interesting that I found out? It can be more expensive for them to burn you, to cremate you in the
Yeah.
Philippines than it is to put you in the ground. I don't know
well,
why that is.
that's what I had to do with my wife, Dan, because
Yeah.
there was just no way. There was just no way in the world that I could pay for the funeral services and the burial. And I knew that my wife wanted to be buried next to her parents, and I would have to get her back to Virginia. So me and my daughter made the decision to have her cremated.
Mm-hmm.
Then my daughter had a necklace made with a crystal that somebody made, and put a little bit of her mother's ashes in that. And the lady she made jewelry, and she put my wife's ashes in the jewelry in the necklace.
Oh, that's beautiful. That's beautiful.
And the rest of the ashes were my daughter put one of the favorite places my wife liked, and then the other part of the ashes went to where her mother and father are.
This subject is kind of big on YouTube right now, where they're talking about expats getting together with the shack up honey, and then next thing you know, they pass away, and their living is stuck with having to put them in the ground. And
Yeah.
hey, I gotta tell you guys something. I've already been a burden enough to my wife. I'm not gonna stick her with the the worry and expense of having to
Well, what they do in
figure.
the Philippines, they cremate everybody, put it in a box, and put it in a storage facility.
Well, the military will
Holy
take
shit.
care of me.
I don't want to be in a warehouse either, though, Sean. I don't think.
We
Sprinkle
ain't gonna
my
know it.
house over Boracay or Palawan.
I actually, to tell you a story about that, I actually have a good friend that when he passed away, we had a mutual friend together. And this friend tried to go get the other friend's ashes, and they wouldn't release them to him because he wasn't a family member.
Oh man.
So he's, as you were saying, he's sitting on a shelf.
Right.
Oh,
Yeah,
Look
just
at
cremate me.
See, this is Leonard. This is important. Leonard says assisted living made my mother sell her house, put the money in an account for Medicaid, so they take every month until it's gone, and then they will pay. And that's the way this country works.
Well, I mean, personal experience, but then again, I had other siblings too. So all the costs didn't just fall on one of us.
Yeah, but when you're dead,
when we put my mother in a nursing home, we all kind of took the burden of that a little bit. And they took her entire Social Security, but there was still cost, and we had to kind of pitch in to pay it to make her comfortable. And
that's how they do.
Yeah, I remember when I came back from Florida, the first time I saw her in the nursing home. That is actually one of the very few times that my mother ever saw my hair short.
Yeah, but
go ahead.
sorry, guys.
When you're dead, you're not coming back. I say cremate me and give my ashes to my doper friends so they can snort it.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that's the way to go.
Hey, I don't think I have any friends that would like to snort.
No, thank you.
Yeah, there are none of my friends I think want to snort.
As I would say, I would take a 0 on that one.
But like I told him, when I die, in my future, everybody just have a celebration, have a barbecue, because I want people to remember. Hey, remember going to Sean's funeral? Man, I met this girl and I got laid and everything. That's the memories I would like to be remembered by.
I feel the same way. I want people to be happy. I don't want them to be sad. I mean,
yeah, I want them to have a good time, get laid, man. Hey, man. When you get to the good parts, think of me, huh?
I mean, when I did my, I think they call it when you get up there and speak at the funeral, Dan, if I'm correct, a eulogy. Is that what they call it?
Yeah, there
Yeah.
ain't gonna be no eulogy for
When I
me,
got
brother.
up, I mean, I tried to make it happy, upbeat. Of course, I was sad, but see, one of my wife's favorite restaurants to eat was Chipotle,
Oh.
and when she got sick, she couldn't eat it anymore. She would get physically ill eating. She would throw
Yeah,
up.
but if she didn't stop
But
eating it, it would have killed her anyway.
but
People died from eating the Chipotle.
I made the joke at her eulogy. Well, I said, now you're up in heaven. I said, now you can have your Chipotle. So I mean, just to be upbeat and to put some happiness into a sad situation. You know.
I always get nervous when I go into Chipotle. You know that? Because that means I have to make a decision. Do I want this in it?
Yeah,
Do I want that in it?
literally.
Yeah, this, you know?
Well, at one time
Because
when Chipotle first started out, McDonald's owned them.
your wife lived longer because she stopped eating at Chipotle. Because if she didn't, it would have killed her anyway.
No, well, the thing is, the surgery that she had is what killed her.
Oh yeah.
But what ultimately killed her in the end was being malnourishment, and she just was real susceptible to anything that hit her, infection, whatever.
And
And
she's part of the 1% that get the
Hey,
gastric surgery and it goes bad.
yeah,
did I
she
see
had.
Jason's in the chat? Did I
Mm.
see Jason's hanging around somewhere in here?
Yeah, he's right there. He asked you a question.
What's he saying?
Right, it's on the screen. You see
Oh
it?
no, the Philippines. I'm not sure that's a place to become wealthy,
No.
especially for somebody who's not Filipino. Yeah, I think you would
I
stay in the
forgot.
West for that. You know, I think you'd
I
still get
forgot I'm
rich in
talking
the
here
West.
and then I muted my gulay.
Unless you come into the Philippines already wealthy.
Yeah, if you're already rich, then hey, I think Jason might be
I
though.
thought you knew you were muted.
Jason was talking about paying $4,000 a month rent or something like that. That's a heck of
Yeah,
a
but
lot. Yeah.
Speaking of Dan, how does Dan? Okay, we had the naval base there, but we closed it, and that
Right.
land goes back to the Philippines.
Right.
How was Dan Quayle, an American, able to own that? I'd like to know how he did it.
Well, he must have Filipino partners, you know. So he formed a corporation, and for which he's the CEO of, and they went in there and scooped it up, knowing full well that the Americans were coming close behind.
Well, if I was Bong Bong, I would expropriate it. Hey, Dan Quayle, you don't own this land anymore. It's coming back to us.
Now,
Thank
the
you very
one thing I
much.
think, you know, not to get back in the discussion of politics, but you need to know the history of Bong Bong Marcos, and you'll find that he is, you know, he's one of us.
Oh,
I'm
he's like the
I'm just
regular
saying.
people.
Yeah, he went to Wharton School of Business, and not only that, he's American educated and a very, very good friend of Donald Trump. So there you go.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Huh?
Donald Trump's a good guy if you want to hang out and get
They're frat
laid,
brothers. They are
things
frat
like that.
brothers.
Oh
Yeah.
my god, I think Donald Trump is a joke.
Hey,
Now, I admit I voted
That
for him.
man,
I didn't say I like him or dislike him. I didn't say anything. I was just stating a point of
and
fact.
didn't know what
That's
to say. No comment.
He's a good dude
Next,
to hang out with.
you're
He's a
rude.
he's a
So all
You.
those
he's a
all those
good dude.
rumors going around the internet that they're going to kick Westerners out and all this other stuff. You
Yeah,
know,
that's not true.
that's all
Where
ridiculous
is
stuff.
it?
It ain't going to
But look,
happen.
he was a good dude to hang out with. To Zoom the girls. That's about it.
I think Donald Trump, he was a joke, but he was very wise and smart. But he was all about himself. But at least I think to myself, because if he was still president, he would go rescue those soldiers no matter what. He would bring
Nothing.
them home. He wouldn't
Nothing.
leave them there.
Nothing would be different than what it is right now. I'll tell you that. Nothing would
For
be any
real?
different.
You don't think
Exactly.
Trump would send to get them home?
What troops?
The ones that are hostage. abandoned with in Israel or something with those people with the guns. They came back. Their leader died. I forget what's his
I don't
name.
know anything about that, but I'll tell you this:
Allah.
nothing would be any different.
No.
Nope, nothing would be any different.
What is what is, man. It's things are not going to. The military is not there to.
No,
They
there
don't.
some are kept hostage.
Yeah, they don't have the power to
I
change
mean,
economic
that's something
policy.
that I don't have knowledge of either. I mean, I guess I'm gonna
You
have to
didn't
look that
see it
up.
where like some most of the people that lived there wanted the Americans to take them. So they you see it on the video on YouTube.
Oh,
You see them
Afghanistan.
running after the plane and holding on to the plane.
Yeah,
And when
that
the
was just
plane
like
takes off, they
Vietnam.
flew off. Right.
It
Yeah.
was just like Vietnam
That
in
place,
'74.
that
Yeah,
place, they
yeah.
have American soldiers hostage
Yeah,
and
they
kept there.
that was just like Vietnam
Because
in
that crew took
'74.
over. That people took over.
People
The
were
one who
falling
they
off
killed.
helicopters.
Right. That's who the one they killed a long time ago. I forget his name. He was like a very big guy to them.
Bin Laden.
Bin Laden. Now they're
Yeah,
back with their little
yeah, we
guns and their trucks.
yeah.
Well,
Well,
they've
the
never been.
Taliban controls more
Yes.
They've
territory
never
than when we
gone
went in.
anywhere.
The what?
They've never gone anywhere. They've always been there. It's been laying low.
Yeah, the Taliban controls more territory than when we went in 20 years
Hmm.
ago. We didn't need to be there,
I think it's crazy.
but
That
that's why we
this
have an opioid crisis here. Is because our troops were guarding the opioid fields there in Afghanistan. That's the only thing that comes out of Afghanistan is good hash and opiates. That's it.
mm,
And
very
if you're
interesting.
and if you're a friend of the hookah, you're in good with them.
No, no comment.
I remember that we dropped years ago before that even happened. We're talking like mid '90s. We were dropping food to the Jahamadim, which later
Mm.
on separated and became the Taliban. We were dropping food
Huh?
literally on the people. The cargo
Oh,
containers were falling from the sky, landing on people and killing them, but it was full of food.
good night, Dan.
Kuya
See
Dan,
everybody later. I got to drop off. I got to go take the car to the shop.
All right, Dan.
Okay.
Take care of
thank you,
Hey,
Kuya
yourself, brother.
Have
Dan.
a
Take
Take
wonderful
care.
thanks for
day.
being here, Dan.
Thank
Thanks for
you.
being here,
Thanks
Dan.
everybody.
Bye.
love, love, love.
Robert, you should move to Alaska instead of the Philippines.
Oh my
Jason
God.
Blue
Yeah,
Block says. Sorry. Blue.
and
I just
and
said
it's
blue ball.
yeah, it's true. Do you know what was in those food
Oh my
packages
god.
that we were dropping on the Afghans? You know what was in there? The food that was in there? It was Pop Tarts and peanut butter, and all you need is a honey baked ham, and you got a redneck Christmas.
Sean, you heard me? I
What?
accidentally called this guy Jason Blue Ball.
Oh,
But it's blue blah. My
oh, blue blah.
I called him blue ball. Like blue balls.
Yeah, I've gotten blue balls just by watching the Panays on a live stream. Join the club, man.
I think that's what that means. Blue blah.
Yeah, especially watching Bootsy Bonita and a few others I won't mention. But Bootsy, I'll know. I'll mention. Bootsy Bonita's a beautiful lady, but she's already married.
My bad. I'm gonna say have a good day. You could tell I'm
Buddha,
tired.
Buddha. Check
Yeah,
out
she did
the
that.
there.
Yeah, Boots Bonita did
Huh?
that car washing video, and that caused anybody to get blue balls. If they don't, check your pulse.
What?
Buddha, I have a
What?
joke in you there in the private chat.
Wait, okay. Let me see. Hold on.
Sean,
Let me
you
see.
will consider maybe
Oh my god.
your identity as a replacement to a Pinay. Sean, you can consider
Cambodian?
maybe
Cambodian and Chinese lady as a
What is that?
replacement to a Panay.
Cambodian.
Well, my favorite countries in the Southeastern Asian Uh, I seem to favor the Panays naturally, but I also love Japanese ladies too, even though they won't
I
date
think
Godzilla. That's
I
been an
think he
issue
said
though.
that last time. He said his only two women are the Filipinos and the Japanese. He said the
Exactly.
Japanese, he doesn't know what it is about them, but they're mwah.
Yes. I do love Latinas. They're a good replacement. Here's why. It's
And there
hard to
you
tell the
go.
difference between a Panay and a Latina. It really is.
I
You
Until they
guess.
see?
talk. Because one's speaking Spanish, the other one's speaking Tagalog.
Oh, shit.
Chick-fil-A. Are you
Sorry,
okay,
guys.
Robert?
Sorry, guys, if I'm not just looking into the camera. My eyes are bothering me. I apologize.
No, it's
Where
okay.
is where is your glasses then?
I can't find them. I go for my eye doctor appointment tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's great.
That's why I'm just kind of staring down. I'm not trying to look directly into the camera for long periods at a time.
You're staring down, but you are focusing to your other cell phone there.
Yeah. You got to make sure it gets in the toilet and not on the floor.
Oh my gosh. I
Oh dear.
don't think
Sean,
he's in
will
the
you ever
bathroom though.
Hey,
move to the
when
Philippines for
when
good?
when you reach the age of 40, you got to watch out for that, or you'll be pissing out of your shoe when you stand at a urinal.
It doesn't have to be 40 to do that. Oh, just younger.
Yeah, but when we're in our 20s, we just let it all hang out. We could hit the far wall on the back side of the restroom.
They used to tell
Oh
me. They used to
my
tell us in the
goodness.
military if you got athlete's foot to pee on your feet because the ammonia in your pee would kill the fungus.
Lord have
Yeah,
mercy.
well, I wouldn't do that.
So there's a lot of stuff that's I don't know. just
Sean,
like
you
with-
ever gonna move to the
just
Philippines?
I'm sorry.
Blue Blah says, Sean, will you ever consider moving to the
No,
Philippines for good?
no, because I got 4 children and I want to see my grandkids. If I'm fortunate to see my grandkids,
Mm-hmm.
I got 4 children and I don't abandon them, even if
Right.
they're adults. I will not. I only have one son and I got 3 daughters, and they're all daddy's girls, so I can't abandon my children like that. No,
Yeah, that's
it's
right.
bad enough I don't get to see them as much as I'd like
Mm-hmm.
because I'm always working. But Panays recognize that. I take care of my kids, take care of family first. I don't know if all of them recognize that, but that's what Panays do. They take care of family first, and that's what I do. Will I get credit for it in a bozo button? I highly doubt it.
I mean that's the way I was raised.
I
Yep.
just wish they would recognize that. Oh, maybe
Family
he's not the
first.
bad guy after all.
What?
He does. He takes care of his family. You
I
damn
mean
right I do.
I remember situations when, like I said, when I first went on disability and my daughter was still underage, uh, that I'd let my wife and daughter eat. Man, I'd go without. That's just the way I was raised.
Yeah. I mean, I'll go and visit the Philippines if I'm retired. Yeah, I'll go over there for like a month, but I got to come back.
Aw, so cute, Buddha. My God.
Chicky's bargaining and jumping over here.
That's what my cousin does. He's been married to a Panay for over 18 years. They got 4 daughters. Half the year they're in Quezon City. The other half, like right now, they're in Orlando, Florida.
Mm-hmm.
See?
So he says, I don't know what it's like to get below 75 degrees, is what my cousin told me. He goes, I haven't felt cold weather in ages because he's always in warm weather. He goes, man, I got all these coats. You want them? I haven't wore this one in 20 years. I'm like, well, shit.
Sammy, you look like you're memorized by the dog there. You were just looking at the dog.
Yeah,
She's looking for my mom.
I'm looking to the dog.
So,
Let
I thought
them.
of something else, but I
Mhm.
was thinking maybe, every time I look at the dog going, you lucky bastard. Yeah, and dogs get to lick their own balls and everything.
Oh my
Lucky
god.
bastard.
Oh my
Mommy
God.
Judy,
Yeah.
Kuya Sean, Mommy Judy say that I'm good
Oh,
for you,
shit.
good for you, Sean, by Mommy Judy.
Oh my god, no, he did not just say dog get to
And,
lick it.
I'll tell you what. Ask Sammy. She knows my kids if I'm a good father or not. I even got a
Yeah,
video of me and my daughter sitting next to me, dropping the trailer off when I was taking home time. Listen to what my daughter said. It's on my channel. My daughter Beth. She's my oldest. She's 17.
Kuya Sean is such a good father, and she don't like to abandon. Even the time that they are not together to his wife, still he's
Yeah.
still protecting and
I
supporting to his family.
but I know this may sound bad, but you got to consider the circumstances. My son's the only one to carry on the family name, so yes, I want my son to have as many kids as he can. I don't care if he fools around or what. This is about family survival. My
Yeah,
son's the only one to carry on my family name. So if something happens to him, I'm screwed and the family's dead. And that's tragic.
indeed.
My brother didn't have any kids, and my two uncles didn't have kids. And it's like, y'all are going to, leave it up to me to carry on the family name. At least let me in on it. I'd have planned better.
Mm-hmm.
I'd have had a couple of, you know, side pieces of ass and probably got some girl pregnant and had me another son. That would have helped. It's distasteful, but it would have helped because we're talking about family survival.
No, I
I
only have
have a
one
I
son.
have a daughter Beth too. Actually, her full name is Bethany by Mommy Judy.
Her name's Beth. Her name's Elizabeth, but we call her Beth for short.
Mm-hmm. Sean, will you travel to the Philippines with them too by Jason?
My son has taken a liking to Asian girls, so he might come with me when he's a bit older. But and yet he's going to be taller than me. He's they got one more week of school, and he's in eighth grade, and he's already 6 foot.
Yeah,
He's not even in high school yet. He's going to be 6'8", 6'9". He's going to be tall.
Wow.
With that, with Russia and UK, I can tell you right now, he would side with Russia, not UK. So you are
What? Do what
correct.
now?
So they are both bad. That Trump would not be helping Ukraine. No shit. I mean,
Well, I wouldn't want to
he was
support a bunch of
accused
Nazis
of.
either.
He was accused of Russian, like associating with them or something, like emailing one of the people there, the presidents or whatever.
However,
So
Donald Trump is a Nazi himself. He admitted it on TV.
okay, there you go. See, I didn't see
And
that,
let
but
me
there
clear
you
that up
go.
a minute, because a lot of people don't understand what that word means or where it comes from. The word
Okay, go
Nazi
ahead.
is short for the German word National, which in German means nationalist. Donald Trump admitted on TV he was a nationalist. That's why all my
A
German friends were
nationalist.
calling me. Yeah, my old German friends were calling
Is
me from high school saying, "Did you just hear what he just said?" I'm like, "Yeah, but not everybody speaks German to understand what he just said."
so what the heck is a nationalist?
A Nazi, because
No,
the where it comes from, National, the German word National.
right,
That's where the
but
word comes
didn't
from.
they have only problems with the Jewish people?
No, more than that. They had problems with socialists, communists, gypsies,
Oh,
homosexuals, people that were, physically unwanted, like the handicapped or whatever. The people
oh
who were mentally
shit!
retarded.
And
Yeah.
that's and he said on the news. See what I'm talking about? He crazy. He go up there. He don't be knowing what he's saying, what he's reading. He just says whatever he says out of his mouth.
Yeah. Now, this isn't political talk. This is just facts. The Nazi Party was known as the I'll do it in German first. The Nationalsozialistische Arbeiterpartei means the National Socialist Workers Party. Now, he's got the
Look
word
at Sammy's
socialist in it, but he
face.
wasn't a socialist. but he wasn't a socialist. Okay, he had to have that in that title because the working class wouldn't have paid attention to him, and he would have never came to power. He had to have socialists there, but he was not a socialist.
Sammy look like she gonna pass out, fall asleep.
Hmm.
No, it's
Sammy, are
11
you
o'clock at
tired?
night.
Are
Well,
you getting ready to Z out on
I'm
us,
for
Buddha?
real. She did with her eyes.
Z
No,
Z
she did with
Z.
her eyes like this,
Are
trying
you
to
getting ready to
open.
you're getting ready to go zzz?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yes, guys, I'm tired.
Well,
Yeah.
well, Buddha, show her a big banana. That'll wake her up.
Oh my God.
Kuya Sean, my gulay.
Well, Buddha's got a
Oh,
banana
shit.
somewhere.
I have to.
No.
I have to. Oh my gulay, Kuya Sean. Ah. Okay,
Oh
guys.
shit.
Okay, guys. Time to bed.
Okay. Okay, good night,
Thank you so
everybody.
much,
Good night,
Buddha.
Take
Buddha.
care.
Mas Kuya
Namaste.
Sean.
Yeah,
Thank you so much.
sure. You're gonna learn something in this channel. Let's put it this way.
Yeah.
Like it or not.
Thank you so much, Kuya Sean, for sharing your for your
Sure.
knowledge. Thank you so much, Kuya Sean. And yeah, as what I said before, I'm always here in your back because I know you are a good person. And to all of you there, guys, in the chat, thank you so much. We come up earlier 18, 19, and then down, and then up again, down, up and down. Looks like I'm dancing,
If
twerking.
these freaking idiots didn't park here, I can get in these parking spots over here, but these idiots have to park next to the building and stop us from going.
Mhm. Mommy Judy, thank you so much, Mommy Judy, for staying. Mommy Judy, thank you so much. Fun chat on Sean in Sammy in Robert.
Good night,
Buddha, thank
Buddha.
you so much,
Good
Buddha.
night.
Oh my gulay, Buddha. I hope we can friend in Facebook, Buddha, so I can add you in the group
All right,
because we
Sammy,
have
check it out.
what is that, Kuya? You're going to show
Uh,
again your boxer short?
no, I got to go pick up in Clinton, North Carolina, and take it to Peru, Indiana. Fuck, I'm
Mm-hmm.
gonna be near the house. I'm like go home for a little while. Go home
Oh
for a
wow.
day or so.
To Junior and to Beth, Kuya, and to all
Hmm.
age. Rather.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm gonna get off here. I'm gonna go inside, take a 10-100, and get a coffee. I'll see y'all later. Okay.
Okay, Kuya, thank you so
See you
much.
later.
Love you, Kuya.
10-100. Have fun.
Bye bye.
Oh my gulay. Guys, thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much for the love and support. And yeah, see you next time. Robert, I might get 20 by 20 Sean. Him your boxer. By Buddha Robert, sorry. Typo. Yeah.
Nope.
Guys, thank you so much, guys. Yeah. And you know, I'm so
Mm.
speechless here because of the topic, guys. Because I'm adapting and learning a lot. Because all what Kuya Sean sharing here in my channel is so awesome. I learn and and I hope guys you don't hate Kuya Sean. If you wasn't agree to him, please don't hate him because and Mommy Judy, thank you so much, Mommy Judy. Love you. Trending Live TV, sis. Yeah, sis, good night. And yeah, see you next time, all guys. And yeah, as for now, Robert, thank you so much from the start. You are here. Thank you so much.
You're
Yeah, time to
welcome,
call,
Sammy.
call time to call your girlfriend. Okay, your girlfriend will gonna slap me. Ay, Sammy, you take all the time of my boyfriend, my gulay.
Mm.
And have a great day, Robert, by Budaya.
You
Okay,
too,
guys, I
Buddha.
will end my live stream now. Thank you so much, guys, and have a wonderful morning or afternoon wherever you are in the world. Stay safe and God bless you all. More power.